There. Sorry about that, zombie. Yeah, hi, zombie. Welcome to the live stream. How is zombie? Hopefully you're doing okay, zombie. And yes, hello everyone. Kamusta sa inyo lahat? I was like yapping for the last 5 minutes, and I totally forgot that I hadn't turned on the audio yet. So my apologies about that. But yeah, like today, we're gonna do some Wuthering Waves, some dailies, and of course, I would also love to talk about leaks. Some more thoughts about the leaks because yesterday I actually talked a little bit about it, and also the latest gotcha revenue. Oh, awesome! That's good to hear, buddy. Let's do this one first. Let me see. So this morning I decided to shore up my Shang Liao some more. And yeah, I spent some resources in getting him not maxed build yet, not maxed out yet, but getting close there. So let's just do some challenges here. Let's see if I could get the okay. Oh shoot.
Silence! Let's do this another way.
Be reduced to cinders. Take form. Verity shines. Appear before me. Ha! Such a nuisance.
Oh shoot, huh?
Fury boils. Let's do this another way. As you wish.
Together we vanish. Perish in flame. Take form. Feathers incinerate. Who's the caged bird now? Sever it. No need to dwell on it.
Hey.
Leave it to me. Appear before me.
Bleed me. Inferno. Burn to ashes.
Take form. The cycle.
Oh shoot. Okay. He got me. Hey Daniel. How are you, buddy? Okay, he got me there. Let's try again. I'm just trying to see if I could get like an extra 1 star or something. Hey there, Falayla. Kamusta? Yo, yo, yo. So yeah, we're gonna talk about the gotcha revenue plus a little bit on leaks as well. We're gonna look at Saintontas video. Basically, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna poke fun at Saintontas. No, not really. Be sure collected. What is it? Oh wait. Every Hoyo games, not all, got PlayStation reward. Let's go. Yes, we actually got it. We actually got the 200 primo gems. Estella actually because Estella now plays Genshin. Like she's the one who's playing Genshin now. Like she's comfortable now. We trained her good. Okay, unless like major combats, then I'll jump right in. But like the dailies and the basic commissions and the daily resins, or what do you call it? Yeah, the resins. Estelle can deal with it. Minor combat, she can deal with it now. But me, like I'll probably jump in for the end game content. That's my role now. So my role got elevated. My daughter's now taking over Genshin Impact, which is nice. At least I could take like have a little bit of rest after work, and she can jump in and play the game. And she actually collected the 200 Primo Gems. So that's good. That's a big help, especially with Mavwika and Sitlali coming in very, very soon, right? Wait. Be sure to collect. Yep. Daniel, fake Tontas. Am I right? Shh. Well, train her. Yeah, well, she's well trained now. Estella, let's play when? One of these days. One of these days. She has school.
Rejuvenating snow.
Luckily, like yesterday, I played Genshin because she has an assignment. So I took over Genshin yesterday. But today, she doesn't have an assignment. So yeah.
Who's
Ah,
the
shoot.
caged bird now? Take form. Triumph through sacrifice. Appear before me.
Fury boils. Burn. Feel my wrath.
Together we vanish. Take form.
Die, you!
Kin the divine flame.
Oh, shoot. That's pathetic.
My blade yearns. Sever. Leave it to me. Appear before me.
Inferno. Burn to ashes.
Take form.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Be reduced.
Let's blow this thing up.
My blade yearns. Leave it to me. Appear verity shines.
Fury boils. As you wish. Feel my wrath.
Together we vanish. Take form.
Oh, shoot. Huh?
Beckon the
There we
divine
go.
flame.
Ah, 43k only? Come on! Why are you doing this to me, Crit?
Let's do this another way. Silence. Not bad, huh?
Take form. Be fast. Leave it to me. Appear before me.
Fury boils. As you wish. Let's do this another way. Burn to ashes.
Okay.
Together
Crit,
we
make it happen.
take form. Be reduced to cinders.
Yes! Yes!
Sever. Leave it to me. Appear. Endless reverberation.
Let's do this another way. Silence.
One more.
Take form. Make it fast. Beckon the divine flame.
What the heck? Where were you? Oh my god!
Take form.
Oh, that was evil. That was like friggin' evil. All of a sudden, like right when I was going to do my liberation, friggin' thing just disappeared.
Let's do this another.
Oh my god, that
Together we vanish. Minds up. Who's the caged
that was
bird
bad.
now?
Stay put. Oh my god, it's so hard to get crit out of this game.
My blade yonder. Leave it to me. Appear before me.
Let's do this another way. Feel my wrath.
Take full.
Oh, oh my god, you annoying friggin' thing, you.
Be retreat.
Stop moving around when I'm about to deal damage to you. See, like it's not critting. Come on.
Mind's
Eh?
eye.
Hey there, Mr. No Name. Sorry about that. Like I'm getting frustrated with this. You know, like I thought like they said like okay, if you have 50%, that should be cool. But then again, like when you get to the Tower of Adversity, it's obvious like you need to have more than one sequence of these characters because like the crit. How can you get like 100% crit? It's impossible. What the heck? Like the weapon max crit rate, for example, that I have is only at 22. How the heck? You need to have like perfect sub rolls for everything. Jesus Christ. Mortefi is C6, but he's not fully built yet. That's the thing. Haven't fully built him yet. Resources. That's what I'm saying. Like there's way too many echoes, but they're useless. It's just additional micromanagement. This is what I complain about with Wuthering Waves. Like, can we friggin' use these unused echoes in order to level up the echoes that we really want? Because they're just useless. There's just no other way to get more tubes. Ridiculous.
The experiment begins.
No.
And I'm also saving up for Carlotta when they arrive, or like if I'm gonna get the weapons for Jinshi, for example. Like he's max, except for the talents. Yeah, not there yet. And the weapon is not quite there yet, you know. But that's not what's important. He's just a support. What we really want is for this, my waifu, to blow up, to explode, because she can deal over like 100,000 damage. But for every fight, she would just crit like maybe once or twice. Out of 10, for example, she would crit only once. So what the heck does this game really need? Because we really don't have enough tubes to constantly look for echoes that we could pair up with her set. It's impossible. Look at my tubes. I used to have like over 100. I'm all drained. I'm out. See? That's not enough. If you're gonna build one character, like even if you have 100 of these gold tubes, like these guys, like they disappear quickly. And I've always and look, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, I'm down to 11. I used to have 40 of these. And over the weekend, I tried to build Jian, tried to build Shang Liao, just to give them more crit damage, right? And just two characters. Oh no, actually just one, just Gian actually. Only Gian because I just started working on Shangliao again yesterday. So with just Gian from 41, I used up 30 of these just to come up with the tubes that I need. Just for the tubes. So I'm hoping like in 2.0, is there a way like with all the quality of life improvements, could they also add a way to friggin' use up all of these stupid echoes that we obtain every day because they're friggin' useless? Look at my account. I'm just filling up all of these with emails saying that, oh, you're the echo that you just won or you just obtained from the open world. There's no more room. Okay, so we'll put it on your email, in-game email. This is not how it's supposed to be. We don't need this. This is just micromanagement. This is additional micromanagement. This is additional micromanagement. You get rid of 50, you get 25 back. Maybe even more. We don't need additional micromanagement. We need a way in order for us to utilize all of these stupid echoes, okay? And because there's so many of them, they're so easy to obtain, but be able to use them somehow, make something productive out of them. That's what we need. That's all I'm asking for from the start of this game, because it's pretty noticeable already from the beginning when I started playing this back in May or June when the game launched. As soon as it started piling up, I'm like, okay, what the heck are we gonna do with these? What are we gonna do with these echoes? They're useless. Unless you started putting tubes into them, they're just friggin' useless. Why not convert them? 50 echoes, okay? 50 echoes for one tube. At least get something out of them. It will incentivize us to farm and farm and farm echoes, right? Why can't Kuro Games do this? I don't care. 100 echoes. Give us a tube. Okay? Just to be able to use them if we don't need them. Not additional micromanagement. This is micromanagement. This is additional micromanagement work. And it's something that we shouldn't be doing anymore. Given the fact that they've given us so many upgrades, so many quality of life upgrades, we don't need this anymore. We don't need this thing. Batch merge. You batch merge 100, you get 75 back. What the heck? What the heck is that? Right? And they're just piling up. These guys are gonna get deleted. I don't even want to bother claiming them anymore. Because it's stupid. This is stupid. No, it gets stressful because I need resources. I need tubes in order for me to get better crit rate, crit damage ratios. Look at my accounts. Currently 54, 55%, 257,
No rush.
64. This one is better. 64 and 223. This one, well, she doesn't really need it. She just needs the crit damage, so that's cool. This guy, look at her, 50, 179. Changli, 52, 253.
Then conquer.
I pray for anything specific.
This one got 75 right now, but this is not the real build. The only reason why she has that is because yesterday we ran an experiment on her. So I added this. I put I invested more tubes into getting this Gull Puff. Okay? But really, like if I'm gonna use the actual build, she's the same thing, 255% and 250% crit damage. Camellya, same thing. Like these three characters, they almost have the same crit rate, crit damage ratio.
Fun game.
This one a little low in the crit damage side because I really cannot, like, in order for me to get this, I think I leveled up 10 other Phalian Beringels in order to get this. Because it was non-stop. Like there's a string of like 9 of these that didn't have any crit. I lost all my tubes already trying to get the perfect sub roll. The rest is okay. I would like to have more crit damage, but this one won't cooperate. So I ended up using. Look at this. See here, for example, crit damage, crit damage. I don't need. I also need crit rate. So in order for you to be able to come up with 80% crit rate and 300 crit damage, number one, you need the weapon. Okay, and that's fine. Okay, I don't. Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna be able to get all these weapons. It's nice to have them, but I would probably prioritize the character first before the weapon, right? So now I'm out of freaking resources again. I used to have like over 100 purple ones and over like almost 100 gold ones. And now I'm down to nothing. I'm zero. And all I'm asking for, a lot of people are saying, oh, it's just poor resource management. No, it's not. It's not. If you are not trying to be competitive, if you're not trying to clear the TOA, sure, okay, fine. You can save. Definitely. If you don't care about the crit rate, crit damage ratio, that's okay. But if you care about your crit rate and crit damage ratio, you want to have better damage output in the Tower of Adversity, you need to have higher crit rate and crit damage. So you need to build echoes. And in order to build echoes, you need tubes. In order to get tubes, you need to do like the what do you call this place? Freaking place here. Like these ones, these challenges. Tacit fields. That's what you need to do. It costs 60 to do them. And you get like what? Three purples? Once in a while you'll get 1 or 2 gold. It's not very consistent, right? That's why like can Kuro Games freaking just come up with a system? I don't care. 500 echoes. Give us 1 tube. Just so we could friggin' use them up. Right? That's all we're asking. That's all I'm asking. It's not resource management. The fact is there is a problem with resource management in this game, and it involves these echoes. These echoes are the biggest problem of them all. I don't care much about the leveling materials because you only need 40 wave plates in order to farm them. But with the Tacit Discord ones, not only are you gonna get echoes, but you're not gonna get a lot of tubes from it. So if we're gonna get a lot of echoes, can we also have a way to convert them somehow so that they just become productive for us? They become useful and sustainable, not us piling up all of these echoes to the point that we are just getting spammed here. That's all I'm asking. This is the number one thing, a pet peeve of mine that I find like, oh man, like always running out of tubes, always running out of tubes. I've already claimed almost all of the event rewards for tubes, and still it's not enough in order to get good crit ratios. Because as we've seen there, like my Chang Li, she only critted like once, and I think I tried like 5 or 6 attempts with her liberation, and only once did she ever crit. Only once. And that's really frustrating for me. Oh, I can smell rain. I can smell rain right now. I can smell it. It's coming. I had the same problem at the beginning. The ecosystem is completely flawed. And I said it in the beginning that this S will age like milk. It will definitely go sour. Yeah, I agree. And I've addressed this. Hi there, Rock Bell. Hi there. And I've addressed this in my past videos. And you know what I got? A lot of hate, a lot of dislikes, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, you just have poor resource management." No, it's not, because in order for you to really get good echo sub rolls, especially for crit rate and crit damage, you will end up using up 100 of these gold tubes. It's true, I did it. Look at my Gian. My Gian used to be crap. Since you're here, Arthur, this Gion, I'm not sure if you've seen my Gion before. My Gion used to have like 60 crit rate, I believe, and 180 crit damage. So now I'm thinking like, okay, well, I could lose some crit rate, but I definitely want more crit damage. So you know what I did? I used up like 30. What do you call this thing? Where's that? Where's the map? I used up all of my. See, like I'm down to 11. This used to be like 41 or something. Something around 40. I used up all of them. I'm down to 11. Just so I could farm and farm and farm and farm those tacit discords. And I got more echoes and only a couple of tubes in that in the process. It's flawed. It's stupid. It's a dumb way to farm. And all we get is more micromanaging. Managing. More of these. Exchange 50, you get 35 back. Basically, if you use 50, you batch merge 50, for example, you will be left with only 15 spaces. Do a couple of tacit discord mining. Just only one. Only one. Because I think we get like, is it 3? 6 or something? Do a couple of them, maybe 5, and already you're full again. Now you have to go back here, do another set of batch merge, right? And that cycle is so tiring, to be honest with you. It's very tiring to do this. To select which ones are gonna go. Why can't we just have a way to friggin' use these unneeded echoes and convert them into tubes? Why can't we just have those? Kuro, please. Like, find a way. We don't need all of these echoes anymore. If the system is just gonna be like this, and we're gonna keep getting them anyways, then might as well just give us a way to use them. A way that reduces the micromanagement of these echoes and allow us to get something in return, not another set of echoes. You know, like the whole point of using them is supposed to be to get rid of them. So now I'm thinking like if 2.0 doesn't have a system, because I know we all know they are gonna change the synchronization system. You know, like the crafting system is gonna change. If there is no way for us to have to convert these into tubes, I'm gonna delete all of my echoes. I'll be honest with you. I'm so fed up with it already. I'm fed up. So hi there, Fox. But it's true. I'm fed up already with all of these micromanagement that we have to do with these echoes. It's stupid. It's dumb. We need to end it. We need to find a way. If 2.0 doesn't have a system, in order for us to use like 100 echoes for one tube, I'm gonna get rid of all these echoes. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of getting these emails. I'm tired of this shit. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with going to the batch merge. I'm done having to look for the echoes that I want to be included in this batch merge. You exchange 50, you exchange 100, you get 50, 85 back. Not enough room for you to, you know, to continue your farming without having to go back here again, right? I used to have like how many, like almost 100 gold tubes and over almost 200 purple tubes, and now they're gone. I'm almost out, and I only tried leveling up Gian, only for Gian. I used up all of my what do you call this, like condensed resin? That's what we call it in Genshin. This is, where's that? This one here. I used to have 40 of these. These ones. I'm down to 11 trying to farm them. What the heck? It's too much. It's too much resources being wasted. It's not sustainable. It's reached a point where this is not sustainable anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. So if Kuro is listening somehow, if they really are, because I'm not the only content creator who's complaining about this. So many others are complaining about this as well. Like, like come up with a system. I don't care. 50 echoes, 100 echoes. Just give us something back in return. Make echo farming actually incentivized, not a source of additional burden and micromanagement. We don't have time for that. I don't have time for that anymore. I have an 8-hour job. When I'm at work, I don't play these games. I don't have access to play them. I do actually, but I don't. I'd rather not. Because, obviously you don't want that. So when I come home, the last thing I want to do is micromanage my echoes. And I'm tired of it. I really am. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. I don't care about the interface updates. I don't care much about that. I don't care about the login screen update. I don't care about the updated crafting thingy. I don't care much about that. If you really want to improve the quality of life for players right now, improve the resource management, especially when it comes to Echo, because it's stupid. It really is. And I'm not saying like Kuro's not doing a good job, and I don't want to sound entitled, but really, I've wasted so many resources on specific characters just to get good stats for them.
The battlefield is dynamic.
And like I said, if you don't care about your stats, that's fine. Like just slap on whatever. It's cool. You'll save up a lot of resources. But if you really care about the crit rate, for example, and crit damage ratio, you're gonna end up using up everything that you've earned from rewards. That's how terrible this is. Okay, chats. What is this? Let us batch it to. Okay, I need my glasses. Jesus Christ. My eyes are forever gonna remind me of COVID. So okay, sorry about that. Sorry about my rant. It's not every day that I will rant about something, but let us batch it to tuners or tubes. Yes, exactly. Why can't we do that? It will make the micromanagement worth it, at least. If they want us to, if they don't want to improve the quality of life when it comes to echoes, then at least, okay, let's batch merge it into tuners instead of additional of more echoes that we will eventually micromanage anyway again. After like a couple of tacit field farming, we're gonna be back and micromanaging the shit out of those again. Or sync stats from echoes we level to other echoes. That's also a good thing because in Genshin, if you guys have played Genshin, at least for the gold ones, you already have an idea of what the first 3 stats are going to be. So now you know which ones you want to get rid or you want to use for leveling up the better ones. So for example, like if I'm going to look at this, I will probably see defense, energy regen, and crit rate. So there's only no, this is not a good example because this is the main stat. But if in Genshin, for example, and I hate comparing the two, but for example, like in Genshin, you finally know what your first 4 attack, crit damage, crit rate, and resonance liberation. Now I'm gonna keep this then because it's got crit damage and crit rate there, right? And we don't know energy regen yet. This will be unlocked after level 4, right? That's how it works in Genshin. Here, you really don't have an idea what you're gonna get. It's so RNG, very RNG here on this part. You know you're gonna get arrow damage bonus and flat attack, but you have no idea with the rest. So your fate is now down to the gacha gods. What they're gonna give you. And the gacha gods, I mean, like the random number generator. It's all down to fate now, right? So you keep piling up. You just keep piling up because if ever one echo doesn't come up with the right sub rolls, then you can discard that, and you can level the next similar echo. So why not just have a way to copy over? For example, like I have good stats here. Can I copy this over to this one as well? You know, something like that, like a way, like a ticket or something, right? I agree. Break down trash echoes down to tubes and tuners. Yes, that's what we need. There are several ways to fix this. So easy. Very true. This is something that is very simple on the part of Kuru Games. If they really want to, they could. I don't even know why they make it so difficult, why they're giving players such a hard time, right? And knowing how, like how many micro that was this echo thing. This is the mode that gives players so much grief in terms of resource management. Let's reduce the micromanaging part of it. Let's convert these unneeded echoes into tubes and tuners. It's really simple. And they have the way to do it. Why not introduce something for 2.0? Why are they keeping us waiting? And right now I'm starting to even doubt that we are going to have it in 2.0 despite the upgraded crafting station. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything from them. I wish they would just let us know already. Hold on to your echoes. People, hold on to your echoes. Hope is on its way. Superman is coming. The Echo Superman is coming. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they don't care. It's one of those things. One of those quirks that they feel that okay, let's give them a hard time. I'll be honest with you. Like they've given us so many already, so many quality of life improvements. But except for this one for some reason is the one that they hate the most. They don't want to touch this. They want to torture us with constantly getting echoes. Echoes are so easy to farm. It's not like in other games or like in Genshin, for example, because Genshin is my only point of reference right now because that's the other game that I play a lot. So with Genshin, right, it's you have to go to a domain in order to get artifacts. In Wuthering Waves, you get them in the open world. It's so easy to get them, so easy to obtain them, but at the same time, they're so easy to pile up. They pile up really quickly, and especially if you don't have any other means of using them except to delete them or to batch merge them, it just gives you more things to micromanage. And that's why I suggested put fishing system on. Why? Here we go with the fishing system again with Daniel. Daniel, you really love the fishing system, don't you? No, like that's okay. Like I used to really enjoy fishing as well. When there was a time when I would play Genshin Impact for like 8 hours or something. Like I would really farm all day, and the fishing system is one area that I would, one feature that I would exploit back in the day. So yeah, that would be nice if we could also have a fishing system. But if not, at least prioritize the echo management thingy, because this is weird. This is ridiculous. I don't want to sound entitled, but let's face it. Like, it doesn't provide us with a good in-game economy. This whole ecosystem, and I'm not saying create a domain for them. Yeah, sure. If you are gonna make echoes accessible, then give us more options. That's what I'm saying. Because batch merging, if you batch merge 50, okay, you'll get 25 automatic. Okay, that's 25 automatic there, returning to you, I believe. how many? How many is a merge? Let's go. We need 5, right? 5. So that's 5 returning to us? No, I don't think so because I get more than that. Data merge. Okay, so we need 5, right? At least. So 50 divided by 5, 10. We get 10 plus we get 15 or additional extras out of that. But it doesn't take long before that piles up. So, okay, my math is wrong. I'm thinking like 2 at a time. But still, if you put in 50, you get 15 back, leaves you 35 in space. That will, oh my god. You go and farm the open world and the tacit fields. 35, you get that quickly. In maybe less than 2 hours. You'll get 35. You're back again to doing it again over here. Right? And you have to analyze which one has to go. Which ones do you want to keep? And it's going to eat up so much time to do that. So why can't we just batch merge them? 100 of these echoes for 1 tube, for example. Okay, I don't mind it at all. I'm so desperate right now that I don't even care if it's 100 for 1 tube. Hopefully not, but you know, if that's what they want, okay, 100 for 1 tube. Okay, fine. Let's use them. Because it's reached a point wherein for me, I've become desperate, and the next option that I have is just to delete all of them. There's no point. I don't see any further point in keeping all of these echoes. I would love to keep them for future characters, but there's just no other way. No other way to use them. And if 2.0 arrives and still nothing for us, this button is going to get hit. This button is going to be pressed, and almost all of these 3 and 1 cost echoes are going to die. Rip. Rest in peace, echoes. I'll probably keep the 4 costs. Some of them, definitely. But the 3 costs and 1 cost, they're done for. Just for me to have some peace of mind. Because I'm tired of getting this spam. I'm tired of this shit. I'm done with that. And then looking at my Changli, I made a lot of attempts, and I'm seeing my Changli, despite having over 50% crit rate, not dealing any crit damage. Screw that. What a scam. I called it. I called it a scam. Because it feels like we're getting scammed right now. But look, if you have 100 echoes, it is essential to bring if FV Center 50 to level 10 to see what the first 2 are instead of just 10 to level 25. It's not enough. No, I'll be honest with you. If you're just gonna see, if you're just gonna level them up to level 10, Mr. No Name, and then you'll unlock 2, right? You'll get to unlock 2. It's not enough sample. It doesn't provide you with enough information. What if it rolls into attack and energy recharge? Okay. Should I continue or should I not? Unless if with the first 2, it unlocks crit. Okay? Because crit is the most difficult one to obtain. Right? Unless if the first 2 rolls into crit right away, you'll end up using up all of your echoes trying to wait until the first 2 actually shows you crit.
The battlefield is dynamic.
Right?
Do not let your guard down.
So when you think about it, like for me, from my perspective, it's better to at least get them to level 20. At least now you have more sample. There is more samples for substats that you can now see. And you can now make a fair and objective decision whether you're going to continue to level 25. Because not like this one, for example. This one. If I see the first, just the first two, I'm not gonna continue this on, and then and then eventually it will roll into crit rate. This one is okay because you get to see crit damage right away. Okay, so I'm gonna continue, and then it rolled into crit rate. This one is okay as well, but like this one, also this one, unless if I reach level 20, I'd probably not continue with this one. If only two were unlocked and I saw energy regen and heavy attack. While those two are nice, they don't give me crit stats. Okay, maybe I should proceed to the next one and hope another one of these will appear, right? The first two substats. So you might as well just go straight to level 20. This one is good because you get secret damage right away. Basic attack, you don't really, that's not really important. It's heavy attack is more important for Gian, for example. But at the end of the day, you'll end up doing the same thing anyways. You're gonna be ending up using these tubes. So hopefully they would come up with something. I'm sorry, like if I didn't read everybody's comments, but thank you so much for commenting, guys. You want recycle echo like in Genshin? What do you mean by recycle echo? Recycle? I'm not sure what you. I'm not sure if follow that. Want to talk echoes? Jump in your live voice chat in your Discord. Okay. Where is my Discord? I want to talk about a lot of things. I even want to talk about Saintontas. That's the truth. I find his last video quite entertaining. Should I just press this? There. Let's see if Fox is online. Daniel, you want to recycle? Yes. I'm not sure. Hi there, Chromax. Cormax. There just needs to be a smart sort, kind of like TFT, where you can set up your category for every sort of potential echoes, so it can only be a one button discard. Yeah, we could put it that way as well. We could say that. Yeah, we could do that. But I would prefer to have a use for these echoes, like something productive, something in return, right? It would be nice to just have a couple of tube or tuners in return. Oh, what the heck happened?
Just joined your call.
Oh, hi there. I was really surprised that you kept quiet. Well, there. Hi there, Fox. Can people hear this? Can people hear this? It's just a regular Discord call. I'm not sure if they should.
They should be able to if we talked last time on your live VC, but let's just see.
With the last one that we did, Fox, it was actually different. They anyways, like it's something technical, something beyond my mental capabilities. Hi there, Drax. What's going on? Yeah, we're just talking about echoes right now. Also, Wings of Shoe. Hi there, buddy. Hello.
Can't hear Fox. Okay.
Oh, can't hear Fox. What should I do? I have desktop audio on. Is there a special way that we need to do in order for people to hear you as well, Fox?
Because you're hearing through, because your Discord audio is going through desktop, right?
Yes. And I have desktop audio on. Okay, now they can hear you. But it's the volume. Okay, I'll increase the volume. There.
Yeah, I don't plan to yell.
There you go. So here, Drax. There.
I plan to talk about echoes and I plan to talk about a few other things, but before we get started, do you mind if I tell you that there's another person that wants to join the podcast? His name's Invok.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind if more people joins us. I think Drax also wants to join. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I
Like
don't have
let's. How do we do this?
Well,
Oh shoot!
because
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
I got a couple of announcements that I want to do pretty much through your stream, actually, in a sense.
What? You're not live
because-
streaming right now?
Oh hell no, I'm not live streaming right now. I'm gonna be streaming later on Twitch
Oh, okay.
because I
Okay.
plan to go to war.
Oh no. Oh no. But how do we include? Okay, so hold on,
You need to
guys.
have
Like, so
you
basically,
need to have Drax as a friend. Let's see. Do I still
okay.
have Drax as a friend on my Discord? Because I could just let's see, like I should be able to just to be like add friends to DM, add Drax.
Okay. There. Join call. What is that? There.
And that way, if Drax wants to get in the call, Drax can get in the call. There you go.
Is Drax there?
Yo,
Hey there, Drax.
hey, what's going on? Good morning.
Everything's good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's up, Fox? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
So, Fox, you have like,
Doing
yeah,
okay, buddy?
you okay? Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm.
You mentioned something about
Uh,
going to war.
Do you mind if I say CC's names in this stream or not? Because I want to be very polite to your
I don't mind at all if you have to, talk to them or something. If you have to call them out.
Yeah, because pretty much I'm gonna be starting a live stream on Twitch, and we're gonna use the Twitch live streams as drama.
Oh
as
no.
drama
Okay.
streams.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I'm going back after Saintontas.
Oh,
Oh, what is going
yeah. Oh,
on?
yeah. Take down that fucking clown, bro.
Hey. No, that's not taking him down. It's just to explain the real message. Because remember how he went after gotcha revenue?
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
a little bit more I got a little bit more details of the reason why gotcha revenue went down and
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it's not coming back. And now he's going after this other thing called Prodwin.
Pridewin, yeah, yeah.
And pretty much I have a clip of him on Twitch saying that that all the people need to bully Prodwin in order for them to go ahead to change the tier listing. So pretty
Mhm.
much he has pushed the message that he wants to have everybody in his community harass them.
Oh no. Oh wow. Whoa.
Which-
Oh, no. That's horrible.
Yeah. That's horrible. I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah.
So, because the reason why is they don't like the tier listing, like GN's rotation and everything
Mhm.
else, it's wrong in like St. Jones's mind. But I went to Prodwin's actual Discord, which they saw all this, and if he would have just joined their Discord and talked to the founder the founder over there for like 5 minutes. The reason why they haven't changed the tier listing is because
The
they said,
experiment
what's the
begins."
point of changing the tier listing right now
Mm.
when Lumi's coming right around the corner, and change the tier listing when Lumi's around
Mm.
to fix everything then, which makes absolute perfect sense. And he doesn't want to change too much of the tier list at the same point because of 2.0.
Mhm.
So there's a whole entire argument, a whole entire fight where these people actually already know it's messed up in a sense, but it's a bunch of people who's been doing this for so long, and they're getting pretty much threats right now.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
the reason why gotcha revenue, I found this out through mutual sources, that the reason why gotcha revenue is completely closed down
Mhm.
is because the guy was tired of getting death threats from
Oh my God.
from the Wuthering Waves community side of things.
that's
And he
terrible.
said fine. He said fine because at first, you have people, like how it was explained to me, you have people that will attack you in a sense, like you're wrong
Mm.
about this, you're wrong about this. That's fine. But the moment that people started actually doxing and saying that I know where you live and I'm going to kill you, pretty much made it to where the guy stopped doing gotcha revenue.
And
Dude,
you're referring
it's
to number
really
lock.
not that deep, man. What's going on with people these days, bro? This is why I hate the gotcha space, bro. I've been seeing what's going on in there. It is absolutely toxic, and these content creators just makes it worse.
Well, the last couple of days is indeed very toxic. Saintontas is on a rampage. In fact, like that's one of the things that I'm gonna be talking about. Not really, not to really attack him, not to criticize him or anything, But I find like the last couple of days, like his content is really on the offensive. He has some. I'm not sure if you can call it drama with the Mr. Poke recently, just a couple days ago, and then you have the the thing with the leaks that he posted today, you know, and he's on a rampage. He's on a tear right now, like, you know, completely, even like mocking them in his
100%.
videos. So it's surprising. Like even what do you call this? Oh my god, like the thing with Tencent, you know, like buying out Hero Entertainment. So even that guy, he I guess he got harassed to the point. But I'll be honest with you, like these guys, like the guy over at the Gotcha Gaming Reddit, he did a really terrible job of posting. I'll be honest with you, like it was sloppy posting on his part. Now I'm not sure about Pride Win, but last time I heard when because I was there when I was watching his live stream when they did a critique of the tier list. He wants to cooperate with Kuro Games. That's what he said. That's what Saintontas said. I didn't know that it reached a point wherein we have to harass people
Well,
now,
here's the thing.
and then that
Here's
makes me kind of, you know, very anxious because you're trying to protect Wuthering Waves. You see all the negative comments already, and now we are using influence now in order to make us look bad in the eyes of the rest of the gacha community. Okay, sorry about that. Go ahead, Fox.
no. This is your platform. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna put it like this: is before we get to Echo Talks and everything else, is that when it comes down to certain CCs, even like for myself,
Mm-mm.
that you know, I'm done with legitimately putting myself on the sideline, be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, I maybe I went a little bit too disrespectful, but in this case scenario, my entire argument here is that the CCs like Saintontas, and I'm gonna say this, and someone can clip this and use this against me and they want, but I'll say it like this. My entire issue is instead of trying to help the community, you're trying to pretty much hurt the community. You're trying to cause basically the Joker mentality, like Batman versus Joker here, to where you
Provoking.
want to have a riot. You want to cause a riot. You
Yep.
want to cause a minority of vocal, pretty much unstable people to attack something that has been established for years, has been working, instead of doing a simple, let me join their Discord, let me try to talk to them
Yeah, reasoning it out.
and
Yeah.
and go say, hey, look, I'm a CC, I play this game, and I don't agree with this tier listing, and I want to understand why y'all came up with this. And try to educate them, try to work with someone like Proudwin, for example, and instead of harassing and bullying, because I'm in their Discord, it's public. The
Yeah,
founder is in there.
Yeah.
And it takes no more than 2 clicks, just like it was with Gotcha Revenue, to find information. It takes no more 2 clicks, join a Discord, and go talk to the founder. And pretty much, in my personal opinion, sit there and say, look, I don't agree with this, and this is the reason why, to help
Yeah.
change that mentality.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they don't, they don't, but at least you gave it a shot. Here, all I'm seeing is Saintontas is a good person in the sense that he knows how to manipulate wording. That, like, even in the video about the gotcha, like how bad the gotcha community is, that Reddit video that he did from Twitch, he took a jab at me in that video because I was there on the live stream when he talked about it, because he's like, they only start posting, the disclaimer only since September or whatever, or since August or whatever. But in July and June, they need to get spanked. Well, your video didn't, first and foremost, his video didn't come out about gotcha revenue being a scam until after September. Till after. But the first thing is that what I always stated is, yeah, when it came to that, I even made that criticism that they didn't do it since, to August. But Numberlock, the guy who actually does gotcha gaming, not the community, the one who posts on Reddit, he's been putting up the AFQ since early February of this year because he keeps working on the website, So he figured that there needed to be an AFQ that explained all this. It's been there since February 2024, meaning that it's been there since before Wuthering Waves even started. So what is the problem that I have with Saintontas, and the reason now, like I saw this yesterday with Prodwin, and I'm just looking at their tier listing, and I'm looking at this argument that's going on and how they want to harass them to bully them into fixing the tier list is completely the most childish thing that I've seen. And this is why I'm pretty much going to warn you, V, that after this, you're probably not going to want to be associated with me, because I don't care about any of the other content creators. The only person that I care about is, I'll say it like this: Saintontas is the leader of Wuthering Waves. Whether we like it or not, he has been self-elected as the representative, the main person
of the community.
Of the community. And the problem I have here is that instead of using your power per se for better and for good, you're using your power to empower, a little minority vocal group to attack and bully people to where, like I said, like with the gotcha revenue people, because there is a few more people that's involved in that. It got so bad to where, from the information I'm getting, the reason why they don't want to talk about it and the reason why they shut down gotcha revenue and they just forwarded the domain to Sensor Tower was straight up someone doxed it, got the guy's address, and threatened to kill him and his family.
Wow. What do you think about that, Drax?
Awful, man.
Yeah, that's awful, ain't it? Yeah.
I'll be honest. Look, I've been seeing what's going on between Saintontas and other CCs, and I'm going to be honest about this whole situation and everything they're doing. It's all for clout. It is stupid. Like, the developers don't care what we do, what we say. They're making money. They're developing the game. There's a lot of productivity in these games. These games are awesome. Just let us enjoy it and play how we want. Like, this is just becoming really pointless.
It's not about.
It's really annoying.
It's not about. I'm going to put it like this to you, Drax. It's for the idea of Saintontas. I think you got one part right, but the second part is that they don't care how you play. Like, Saintontas don't care how you play Wuthering Waves or any of these games. What Saintontas cares about is himself. And I am sorry to say it like this, but this is my entire feeling. Saintontas is a type of content creator that doesn't care who he hurts at the end of the day. He don't care if he makes, good judgment. He don't care if, what his words does to affect anyone else. As long as in a day he gets views for it. And that to me is a problem content creator.
It will be nice if go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. No problem.
I feel like he's also doing this for views and to also milk money just for drama, because drama brings in views, dude.
Like,
in a way, yeah,
I'm not
that's
sure.
true.
I'm not sure either of y'all seen Gotcha Enjoyer's channel.
No, I haven't.
There's a channel out there that pretty much makes fun of all the Wuthering Waves content creators, that pretty much puts up statistics and stuff, which it's a bullshit channel. Don't get me wrong, it's a bullshit channel.
Is it Mr. Poke? I think
no, it's not Mr. Poke.
Okay.
It's a channel by itself. It's called Gotcha Enjoyer on YouTube.
Yeah, I think I heard this. And yeah, okay, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead.
So basically, I consider it a parody channel in a sense. It's only got like 200 subscribers and stuff like this. And pretty much what they do is, they'll make a video, be like, oh, the content creators, they'll, promising stay Wuthering Waves with the gotcha revenue, blah, blah, blah. And they're going to basically show that, Wuthering Waves actually is in a worse state than what other content creators are saying. And they'll do it in a way that is kind of insulting, but at the same point in time, kind of funny. And that's why I consider it a parody channel.
Yeah.
Now, what they've been technically doing is they've been taking like other content creators' thumbnails and such and doing this parody channel. Oh, Saintontas yesterday reported this channel, completely reported this channel for quote unquote impersonating him. When it's not impersonating him, what it's doing is it's making fun of him.
Yeah.
And that's another problem that I'm seeing with Saintontas is that Saintontas cannot take criticism.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna tell you like this. That last video that I posted, if anyone watched it about, my recounts of the drama, let's talk about drama. I posted a video, I was done, and I actually went watch, I was at work and I was watching other Twitch streams, and I went to certain content creators' channels, and all of a sudden the ones that had, hey, drama react, the first person who came into their chat and even talked about it was Saintontas asking if they were going to react to my video.
Wow.
Like, that's all he cared about. They were talking a whole different facet, and that's all they cared about. And are you going to talk about this? Are you going to talk about this on your stream? And I'm just like, the guy does not like the recount. And then all of a sudden, he takes my wording in his stream and turns it around. This is a guy who cannot take criticism. This is a guy who is trying to cause a war that has never been necessary. It's not like these people are unreasonable to talk to, and is trying to get in his entire fan base to attack.
Well,
this is the type of person that's going to tell you that the ecosystem is perfectly fine.
Fine, yeah. And I think I've expressed my real thoughts on this situation a while back when, if you remember, right, Lightning, because Lightning showed me a transcript of a conversation that he had, and in your previous live streams, like way back, I raised a concern about, I'm very concerned that the person that is representing the community right now is doing this. And I'm not gonna say exactly what it is, but when I saw that communique from what Lightning showed me, it's very concerning, and I think you've seen that, right, Fox? You've seen that exchange, right?
I see part of it, and I'll put it like this.
And it's very concerning if that's the type of person that is leading us. But here's the thing: I'm willing to give it a chance, and that's why, even though like I would watch his live streams, keep quiet, and once in a while I would comment, in his videos and in his live stream, because what we agreed on is peace at the time, so I'm okay with that. I'm just really concerned again now, hearing this, and okay, what is going on? Why are it appears that at least for the circle of content creators that he's really close with, and we know who they are, at least it makes it appear like we are weaponizing the community in order to attack. It would be nice though to hear his side of the story as well. You understand? You guys understand? It would be nice to hear his side as well. But I doubt that he would do that. I would doubt it. But
No,
let's
I
see.
completely doubt it too.
Yeah. But you know what? Like, if he's open to it, like, I would love you and him to just face off and talk about your differences. Because for me right now, and I've seen how he attacked, for example, how he attacked Gacha Gaming the other day with his video. Very unscathing video there, by the way. And how other content creators jumped that bandwagon as well. And how they are also attacking, Gacha Gaming, Reddit. It's very concerning.
Let me put it this way. What the CCs, and this is to a mass majority of them. I don't care if anyone uses, but the mass majority. What they forget is that there is people who play these games like Wuthering Waves and these gacha games that are not CCs that honestly know more than they do.
Yep.
because I could tell you right now, you're having the conversation of echoes. You are completely venting and ranting about the ecosystem here, and you are completely in your right to vent and rant about all this. I'm going to put it this way to you. There is one issue that I see that from your rants that I had the same exact problem.
Yeah, yeah.
The thing is that the echoes honestly only matter to maybe a good 10 to 15% depending on the character. Otherwise, this is the problem with Wuthering Waves. Echoes, honestly, at the end of the day, don't require you to actually have to grind and don't actually require you to actually optimize in any which way, shape, form to actually perform in Wuthering Waves. So by just that logic, that's the reason why what I used to do is once a week when you start getting those emails that you're getting right now, I would just go through my echoes, go pick the ones that I want to save, lock them so that way they don't get deleted, and I would batch the rest over and over and over until that 2,000 echoes drop down to like 400 echoes so that way I can go back and go kill more and go grind more. Because Chang Li proved this to me is that you don't need the best echoes to complete the content. You just need, as long as you're working on your forte tree, as long as you're working with as long as you got a good basic weapon that can do the job, you know, whether it's a 5-star weapon, 4-star weapon, it could do the job depending on your sequences, whether you're a whale or not. All this other part matters more than the actual echoes. The echoes only pretty much depending. Now I will say like this, it depends on the quote unquote character you're using, because let's just say GN versus Calchero. GN does not require you to at all to complete content to have the most perfect echo schemes. Calchero, because of his kit, because the way he works, may require more work in the echo department than anything, because the character really kind of is poopy because it's a hard character. It's a hard character based on its kit.
But here's the thing, Fox. Like I've experienced this just a few minutes ago because I used Chang Li, right? Out of like I think 6 attempts, she only crit once, and that's what triggered my rant earlier.
What
Because
is your
it uses
crit
a lot, because in order to level up and get the perfect crit rate to crit damage ratio, I have to use up like all of the tubes that I've been saving up, that because I've been saving for Carlota and the upcoming characters, right? So I had to use them. I had to use them all up. I had to use up my what do you call them again? Like the one that will give you more wave plates. I used to have 40 of those. Now I'm down to 11, simply just to get better echoes with crit rate and crit damage ratios. Because if I use my Chang Li, out of a couple of attempts, she will only crit once, and the rest are like, oh my god, like 30,000, you know, like 20, 11,000. So what the heck? And she's got like full 40 gauge bar. She should, with her liberation, if it crits, it should have been like 130k, but I'm getting like really low numbers. So it reaches a point where
now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here comes the question now. First and foremost, what is your Chang Li's current crit rate stats at right now?
50 and 250.
Plan with convention.
And I'm
then
sure she's either a
conquer
7-0 or
by
7-1.
ingenuity.
So 0.
0. Okay. Now, in that case scenario, yes, you're with a 50% crit rate, you're not going to be critting. And it's kind of stupid. It's kind of stupid. It's not, you're not going to be critting like the way you think, because you don't have the sequences that comes behind it to actually make her into a crit house damage kind of character, because that's kind of like I think it's at sequence 2 that allows you to do that. In a sense, because you gain an extra 25% crit rate and it doesn't go away as long as you're in inflamed state. But in any case scenario, there you probably are going to want to make sure your crit rate is at least. This is where, because look, exactly what you're talking about. Like, people are arguing with me on the crit rate and crit damage. Oh, you need 70% crit rate. Well, I get 70% crit rate when my Chang Li was at 40% crit rate because of her sequence 2.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I wasn't critting as hard as it was. There, when I pushed her crit rate to like 68%, and then with that 25% on top, then it was critting more. But I'm gonna say it like this: I don't think people understand when it comes to crit rate and crit damage, and I think Del May Cry even explains this in a sense, because Drax can probably either testify or disagree with me on Dante, because Dante, his EX1 allows you to have an 80% crit rate automatically as long as you went to Devil Trigger.
Oh,
But
you
the
talking
problem-
about Demon Hunter Dante?
Demon Hunter Dante.
Yes,
The
that's
prob-
true.
But the problem is that when you went into that state, and I think it's the same thing here, I had a 90% crit rate, but I wasn't critting like every single hit. That I've turned it to 100%, and I wasn't critting every single
Yeah.
first or second hit. To me, that crit rate, when you see 52%, it's a chance
Yeah, it is.
that you'll crit. It's not like, okay, if you determine it from 100% every third hit, you could think of it in your head like every fifth hit, it's going to be a crit. So you want to engage in that. No, none of that matters.
But here's the thing: the reason why I wanted Chormax said it here. Okay, he's playing the 50-50 crit. You'd probably have to lower your crit damage to bring up your crit rate. Okay, I get that. I know that. It's a chance game. 52% crit rate is a chance. I know that. But here's the thing: like, I've seen a couple of builds from the people that in our chats, Fox, Vicenta, for example, Dark, even Violet, for example. I've seen some of them are like S0s, and they have like 80% crit rate and 300 crit damage. Mr. No Name, I think, was one of them. Like, I'm like, how the heck did you guys do that? How the
Yeah,
heck?
that's really insane.
Like, yeah. And then they were explaining to me, well, you really have to use up all of your resources in order to get that, because you have to do multiple, rolls of these echoes in order to get that. That is a lot of inefficiency
do.
there. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so inefficient because you don't know, you don't have a clue of what the first you only have an idea of the main stat and the second main stat. The rest, nothing. You don't know what's gonna come out. And in Genshin, at least, you know right away the first 3. Okay? So yeah, you have crit damage and then attack, right? That's your main stat. But you also have an idea of whether it has elemental mastery, it has energy recharge, it has crit damage. So right there and then, you can actually pick out which ones you're gonna discard and which ones you're gonna keep. In Wuthering Waves, it's so random, right? You have no idea. It's all 0 until you've unlocked them every 5 levels. Pardon?
It's its own gacha game. It's its own gambling game.
It is very true. And that's why, if that is going to be the case, and if echoes are going to be so easy to obtain, like, maybe, and I think this is reasonable because I'm not the only one who's asking for this. A couple of gacha content Wuthering Waves content creators are also asking for this one. Like, maybe a way for these echoes that we don't use right now to be converted into tubes or tuners. Who is that other guy who was in that podcast with Saintontas and Captain Cabinets? He also pointed it out. Like, that's one of his major problems. Like, just not enough resources. And the other resources are fine. Like, for leveling your weapon. It's just this one. This one really is the biggest problem. The echoes. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
what you could do
Oh,
right now in testing for Chang Li, if you really want to test a theory about if you need a higher crit rate right now, is go to your food and go eat one that does high crit rate. Like I
Oh
know there's a
yeah.
food that you could do, and then turn your Chang Li up to a high crit rate and go fight something. Go fight one of the world bosses or whatever, and go see, go do like fight it first before you use the crit rate, and then go fight it again after eating the
After
food and
eating the food.
see after
Yeah.
eating the food and see where for the next 30 minutes to see which if it does any improvement. That way you can see for sure whether or not it's worth going in that route, because people forget. I don't know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know
Hmm.
why some people out there fucking excuse my language, but why some people out there
Make a big deal of it.
make a big deal and
Yeah.
frown on food like so much.
I'm one of them. Guilty.
I also want to explain this. I'll let you guys finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Box, go ahead, buddy.
All right, so this is
Ellie.
how crit rate
Mm.
and crit damage works. Okay, like you guys may agree or disagree, but this is how I see it. Okay, I'll give you guys an example. I know Gian. I used to play the game back when the game first came out. I used to play it on mobile, but I haven't played it in a while because I don't like the game on mobile, and I will be coming back on January 2nd. So I need your little help here, guys. But I want to explain
Woohoo!
this.
Yeah.
Crit rate and crit damage depends on how the character plays. I'm going to be very careful and I'm going to explain why.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
A character like Gian is better off having more crit damage than crit rate because he doesn't attack consistently like Camellya does. You know how Camellya just
Uh,
does that spinning move and
yeah,
she
yeah.
constantly just keeps attacking, attacking, attacking? You know what
Yep.
I'm talking
Bunga
about?
bunga. Yeah.
She is better off having crit rate than
Because
crit damage.
because the
over
chances of her
Gian.
critting is higher compared to somebody like
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Because her chance is higher to get that crit because she's constantly attacking, attacking, attacking. Meanwhile, a character like Gian, he has a little bit of space in between his attacks, so you want to build him with more crit damage over crit rates. But here's the catch: you can actually have both as well. But for Gian, you want to have more crit damage as compared to Camellya, you want to have more crit rates. But they
Mm-hmm.
both work well together. But if you can have a little bit more on crit damage for Gian, he will work better in that sense. And if you want to have a little bit more of crit rate on Camellya, she will work better. Just because of how they are attacking, it depends on the character.
Yeah, very true. Very, very true.
That's how they work. Like,
What
I
about
don't know which character is a tank on Wuthering Waves yet, but if that character is a tank, you want to put crit damage on
damage?
that character. Crit damage. And if the character attacks really fast, like Camellya or Chang Li that I've been seeing, you want to
Crit rate.
put crit rate.
Hmm.
Because they
That-
constantly attack every second.
So that
No.
makes
I'm not sure about that.
that
Yeah.
that makes some sense. Yeah, that's true. So for example, with Chang Li, my original build is at I think 69 and then crit damage at just a slightly over 200. That would probably be better because of the chances of getting hits is lower compared to somebody like Camellya.
Yes.
Yeah, right? So okay.
Yep.
Good one. Good points there. Drax, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Maybe something that I have to rebuild my Chang Li once again. And I've used up all of those echoes. Her old echoes
Did
are
you put all of
gone.
that for crit damage?
Yes, that's what happened. Because I'm I'm getting hit by the FOMO.
Yeah.
Like oh my,
That's
and
the thing,
I'm like I said, I'm looking at the accounts of the people in my Discord, and they were flexing their accounts. I'm like, how the heck did you guys get like 101 crit rate? What were you guys smoke on crack or something when you're building this or something? What is that good stuff? Is that fentanyl I'm hearing? Because it's impossible. It's just like, but what they explained to me, like Ves, for example, he explained to me Vicenta, he explained it, and Dark as well. Like you're gonna end up using up everything, in order to get all those perfect sub roles. And in my thinking, and now that I've actually experienced it, but my thinking is, oh man, that's not sustainable at all. That's a terrible way of you know rolling. I mean, you can save up more tubes and tuners if you really don't care much about the crit rate and crit damage. Sure, but if you start really caring about it, and good thing that you mentioned that, because now, okay, that clicks. Okay, if this character is not gonna deal a lot of ticks or a lot of hits, like Camellya, for example, she will deal a lot, then okay, it's better to just put crit damage on that character so that the chances of her getting higher crit damage each time her attack ticks is better compared to somebody like Camellya, who has a lot more chances of critting, wherein you want to put in more crit rate, to take
Yes,
advantage of the number of hits that she deals, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
how you
see,
play
but
these
you see,
gotchas.
but you see, with GN, you have an animation can so that you can make him do those ticks.
Yes, I've seen that, like those videos.
Where
That's
all you gotta
incredible.
do,
God.
all you gotta do is hold down. In this case scenario, it's so easy. All you gotta do is hold down the heavy attack button because GN's also based on heavy attack, and he
Mm-mm.
does that. He does that pierce where he just goes cha 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 cha, and then he jumps in the air. But before he jumps in the air, if you let go, it cancels it out. Then you just repress and hold it again. He keeps
Attack.
keeps stabbing
Yeah.
multiple times, which is the fastest attack technically he has compared to just doing basic damage. To which that's the reason why, like, you can do a higher crit rate with basically I think like Author and Noisy are best people to explain
To
this.
explain it. Yes, yes.
But
Yeah.
because they are the GN masters, they legitimately know GN better than anybody, in my personal opinion. But correct me if I'm wrong, either Author or Noisy, because I know you're in the chat. But the way
There.
I look at it is you could have like an 80% crit rate with like, something to the effect of like 290 crit damage, almost 300. And you will be critting as long as you are understanding how to make GN pretty much attack fast enough in that regards.
And you know what's the best part about all this? Fox did mention it. You have people who are geniuses in these games who
Yeah.
knows gotchas. These
Very,
free to
very
play
true.
players actually play better than the pay to win players.
Yeah.
And this is a major fact.
Better than
Because
content creators.
yes, that too. Better than content creator. You have some geniuses out there that we don't know about. I'll give you a perfect example. I
Oh.
played ZZZ. I
Mm.
had no idea what I was doing in that game until somebody was on my stream, watching me stream, and the guy liked me. So he explained to me how he makes his characters better, and it's basically on how you build them and how much hits or and it depends on what the character is. Like let's say if it is like a damage character that just keeps attacking, you
Mm-mm.
want crit rate, a lot of
Bunga
crit rate.
bunga.
And I see
Yeah.
these people are geniuses, man. There's people who have like a freaking 120% crit rate and like an 80% crit damage, and that's pretty freaking good. And that character was Bernice. That character, he showed me a clip. He completely destroyed a boss on like a single duplicate of that character. Like he just got her as free to play, like just a single character doing all that damage without even maxing that character out. That was insane. I was like, look, like, yo, what the heck? And he actually fought a really hard boss. And I'm like, bro, we got some geniuses in these gotcha communities that I gotta learn from.
One of those
It's how
GN.
you build these characters, and it
Mm.
depends on how they play. That's all that is.
And one of those Gion geniuses that Fox was mentioning earlier, Arthur here, says Gion has 56 ticks per ult. That's a lot of ticks. So you might as well give him crit rate to take advantage of those ticks. So my initial build for Gion was actually good because that's what I used to have. Like he had like I think 69 crit rate, but he only has like 180 crit damage. Maybe something better than 180, definitely like get him to 200. But at 69 or maybe 75 crit rate, that
Yeah.
would actually work for him to take advantage of those 56 ticks when he does his ult, and then add energy regen so that he can his liberation will have pretty high uptime.
Yeah. I mean, V, I haven't played the game in a long time, so I
And
can't
that's why
really
I'm telling
tell
you, like, you need to start playing. What are you
I
waiting
know,
for?
bro.
Yes.
I know. I'm coming back in January. But the way
January.
I see it, you really want the way I see it. Like I'm just gonna put it like this. I'll be honest. I haven't been
Mm.
playing the game, so but the way I see it, Camellya is actually better at having crit rate over crit damage. That's one
Mm.
example there. Gion, the way you guys are talking about him, you guys are sounding like they're like he's a complicated character to use a little bit, but he's a freaking beast. So if he is hitting a lot, like his attacks are consistent, I would personally say put crit rate over crit damage on Gion.
The
But that's just my
battlefield is
opinion. You know, I haven't
dynamic.
been playing,
Do
but the way
not
you
let your
guys
guard
explain
down.
me, it seems like he's hitting like Camellya. You know?
Okay, so Daniel here is asking, can I ask Solo if his channel have membership because I want to join? Do you
No,
have
there's
one?
no membership. You can join for free.
You get what is it? You get two?
Yeah, you can join for free. There's no membership.
Ah, okay. No, how come you don't have there's you can do membership without having people to pay? I didn't
Oh,
know
that
that.
I don't know. That I don't know.
Oh. But you didn't create any membership like special emojis and stuff, nothing like that?
No, not yet.
Ah, not yet. Okay, so he doesn't have membership yet, Daniel. So feel free to just watch his live streams. Like the other day, like
Yeah.
I was there, like with Daniel was there as well. So he really enjoys your content as well, Solo or Drax. There.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I try my best, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Dark is asking, who's this? It's me, Fox Soul, and Solo Hero Drax. Fox, I believe you also have another person you wanted to include in this call.
Well, in our the podcast that we do on Saturday, Invok.
Oh, on Saturday. Are we gonna proceed with that?
I'm not sure. That's where, like, I told him that I was gonna have to talk with you to see if we were able to still do that because I know Wavy said that he's not gonna be able to do it.
Yeah,
at
the
that time.
timing. Yeah, but I think Professor Darkness is interested. So like that. Okay, we really definitely need to organize this then if we're gonna do it on Saturday because we could. Drax and I actually we talked, right? Like if ever we're not gonna proceed with that one, we can have our own on Saturday. Why don't we just do it like at around like 8 o'clock or something,
Like,
so
we
that
can have
everybody is available?
because we might not want to. I'm gonna be honest. We might not want too many people involved at one time.
Yeah. How many people should we aim for?
Not sure. I mean, because you don't want to get the chat. I'm gonna put it like this: you don't want the in-call chat to get too
Busy.
overblown.
Yeah, overblown.
Because everybody gonna be talking and everybody gonna be all over the place.
Okay. So for example, like if we include what's his name? Because I haven't heard of him yet. That will make 4. Will that be okay? Solo,
Yeah,
me,
fine.
you, and the other person. And then for the next
Yeah.
one, we'll include the Professor Darkness. I'll talk to him again. He's
fine.
he also makes good content. I think he does. I enjoy his views on a lot of matters. But okay, let's continue that discussion on Discord. So on Saturday, guys, at around what time is that? 8 p.m. here in the Philippines. That's like 9 or 8 p.m. there in your time, and that's like 9 p.m. here in mine. 8
Like,
8 a.m.
right now,
Is that correct?
like
I'm
right now
confused.
for me, it's 5:30 in the morning.
Okay, so me right now is 7:37 p.m. If 9 o'clock, that means that's around like 6:30 or something
Yeah.
like that, like 7 o'clock. And then Solo Hero is gonna be around like 8 o'clock, right? Drax? That's like
Yeah,
8.
right now for me it's 6:30 a.m.
Okay, so you're just 1 hour ahead because you're in New York. So yeah, I think we can do it. You know what I'm gonna do on Saturday? I'm gonna take a long nap before going live, so at least I could, extend a little bit more extra
Yo,
Look,
energy.
yeah,
look,
take
let's
that,
put it
bro.
like this. Let's
Take
put it
that
like
nap,
this.
bro.
V is in the future. Okay, so
Yeah, I
V
am.
is always gonna be in the future.
Yep.
Sounds
But
good.
But I'm gonna put it like this, and I know there's gonna be people in your chat, and there's gonna be even you guys is probably gonna completely disagree with me. But I mean, I think I've proven this point 100 times, and I don't care if it's a summon 0 or it's summon 6 characters. Summon 6 characters. Let me put it this way: yes, whale mentality, 100%. Yes, it makes the game 1,000 times easier,
Easier, yeah.
if depending on your sequences. But at the same point in time, to me, echoes in general don't actually matter as much as people think they do with the substats. That flat rates are just good enough in some regards, to where, I mean, I'm the laziest person there is. That's the reason why you have like Shorekeeper. You don't have the crit rate that you need, and you have Shorekeeper. Guess what? She gives you a 12.5% crit rate with a 25% crit damage buff. There you go. If you use your rotation correctly, you have a character like Tao Chi. They'll give you a resident skill damage bonus on Chang Li by 38% for the next 14 seconds when you do your rotation and everything. When it comes to it, Wuthering Waves, crit rate, crit damage, the way you handle your echoes, I am done caring about echoes until a new system is in place
in
to
place,
fix it. And I have been the laziest person there is. My summon 0 Camellya, before I made her a summon 3, was doing the Tower Adversity with no issues. She was doing tactical holograms with no issues. When I had people tell me, oh, you need a 70% crit rate and at least a 200% crit damage on the character in order to complete anything, the character had a 38.5%. I checked the VOD, had a 38.5% crit rate and had 185% crit damage. And we did Tower Adversity, we did the tactical hologram bosses, we beat it. And you know what the big difference of everything is at the end of the day because of all this? A Camellya that would have 70 or 80% crit rate and had like that 200-300% crit damage. You know what the difference between my Camellya was and their Camellya?
Oh no. Sorry.
They
Yeah, go ahead.
just did more. They just did more damage and completed the content faster.
Faster.
But I still did the content. I still got 3 medals. It was over. It was done. It's not complicated. Like that's where like my biggest complaint in Wuthering Waves, okay? My biggest nitpick that everybody says, "Oh, you nitpick Wuthering Waves too much." Well, until Wuthering Waves establishes a system, a mode, and an event that forces the player to have to optimize their echoes, what is the point of optimizing your echoes?
Echoes. Yeah. True.
I mean, if I could get away with doing the Havoc side of the tower with Camellya at a 38% crit rate and at a 185% crit damage, what is the actual point of me going? What's the point of me doing 70% crit rate and 200% crit damage? What's the point for me grinding that? That is what no one has been able to answer me. Everybody's like, "Oh, you want to be optimal. Why? Why when the game does not force you? Because there's no competitive aspect to it. This isn't Devil May Cry. This is not like me and Drax are all going to do a boss raid and we're basically competing against each other. So I have to make sure that my Hell cards, which would be the ecosystem, needs to be at top performance because I want to out damage him and basically go ahead and have bragging rights and show him the middle finger.
It's like that. That's how it works. It's how you build your character.
But because there's no competitiveness, this is just a single player game, who cares?
Aside from the Tower of Adversity, really, like that's the only content that really matters right now. I mean, that's the most difficult one. right?
And the thing, and right, and that's where, like I said, the only thing you need to worry about with tower adversity is pretty much your DPS.
Yes.
That's
DPS
it.
check. Yeah, very true.
It's just a DPS check. And that's why the other characters in the game, your support, your healers, you know, your sub DPS, your healer, or support character, however you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
their job again is just to be pawns on the playfield
Yes.
and say, I'm here to buff, I'm here to extenuate to my DPS,
Sustain, right?
to sustain them and make sure that they have everything they need to complete this tower.
And that's why, like, I was, who was it that
That's why,
I was
like,
talking
that's why,
to?
like, even I want to finish it off like this also.
Go
And that's
ahead.
the reason. This is also the reason why I don't care about rotations either, because oh well, you know, rotations, you know, you can mess up this, and we calculate this. Dude, I have yet to care about rotation. I have screwed up my rotation so many times in Wuthering Waves, and I have still gotten 3 medals. It does not matter.
And this is, I have a similar point because I was talking about this in my live stream recently. I can't remember exactly when, but it was very recent. If I'm going to whale, you know what? If I'm going to whale, I will definitely whale on the main DPS. Supports, I find that they can sustain you even at S0, but it's the DPS, because if this game, if the TOA is going to be just a DPS check, then you might as well just whale on the DPS, and that should be enough to get you through and get all the medals. If you lack the skills, you know, if you don't have the great skills, if you have a lot of latency in your internet, then that's the only way to, you know, if you're gonna invest on characters, then go for the DPS, and that's it.
Look, I have a friend. Okay, he hasn't played Wuthering Waves in a long time. He hasn't played in a long time. He left Wuthering Waves and went to ZZZ.
Mm.
All right, so because like he said, because in his personal opinion, Wuthering Waves is nothing but Genshin Impact, and he doesn't want to do that.
Oh
to
yeah,
himself.
well, I know who that
understand.
is. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
But he was a Calchero main at first, and he got Yinlin.
Mm-hmm.
And this is back in 1.0,
Yeah.
and when Calchero actually was kind of good. And he proved a point to me, because he's the one that sort of discovered this. Any DPS character he did, whether it was GN, Calchero, he only fully hyper focused on developing that character.
Yeah.
Like Jinshi was his other favorite character besides Calchero, and he actually did a 4-4-1-1 build on her and just worried about flat rates, and did completely good damage with her. But like he's like, I'm looking at his team on Discord one time, he's streaming it to me, and I'm like, dude, your sub DPS, which he was using Mortife, is only level 10. He's like, yeah, I don't need it any higher than that. I'm like, don't you need damage and everything? No, I don't. This guy did the Tower Adversity, got everything done, where all his supports, all of his sub DPSs were level 10.
Wow.
Were level 10, and only his main DPSs were level 50. Were character level 50. That's when he stopped it at. And he was trying to show me this game, unlike Genshin, this game is all about DPS focus.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all that matters. You're trying to maximize the damage out of your DPS. It's a DPS check. That's all the Tower Adversity is. That's all this is. And ever since I saw him do that, that's why, like I said, well, what's the point of me doing all this rigmarole? That's why what I ended up doing is that for a lot of my, characters that I don't actually play, but hey, like Lumi's going to be coming in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lumi's going to be basically doing the same thing as Tao Chi. But let's just say I don't have the resources to actually develop her. What is the solution? What's the solution to make it to where I can use her on a team and feel confident enough that she's not going to die in 2 hits? I throw nothing but HP
Min-max her.
echoes on her.
Yeah.
I min-max her as best I can, but I just throw on her because she'll be like level 10 or whatever. I don't have the resonance the XP tubes. I don't have that. And instead of me tuning out, complete like echo set of Moonlit Clouds and trying to get all this taken care of, let me just go ahead for a temporary time, throw nothing but an HP set where it's going to be 44111 or 43311, but everything's going to be HP stat, flat rate, percentage. Boom, there, done. Now, everybody's be like, well, you're not going to be able to utilize all her kit and everything else. You're correct. However, her outro, all I care about is her with Conchero energy, just to be able to swap in and swap out as fast as possible. You put a Discord weapon on her, you do this, you make it to where when she comes in, her job is to swap immediately as soon as she pretty much gets on the field, does her stuff, swap immediately over to Chang Li. So I just want her on the field for like at minimum 5 seconds. And then pop off to the next DPS and get the buff on the DPS and just do everything else. And then later on, when you get to, you know, like we are right now in December, the late part of the patch where there's really nothing to do, this is your best time to actually level up those characters, grind them out, build them up, and get them going. So that way, by the next patch, they are optimized.
But here's the thing, Fox. When you think about it, how else can they further improve the end game? There's no elemental reactions. There are no
100%.
background damage. It's
Yeah,
really
that's
all.
what is it?
This is an argument that everybody has. Okay, everybody has a different vision of what an end game is, and I'm going to tell you something.
Oh,
The
I was
only
gonna say- it's okay.
oh, go for it.
Yeah. So I was gonna say this for your chat, Dizzy. Guys, when you start to understand gotchas and how characters work, this is the same way you're gonna build them through for every single game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Very much.
Every single
Yeah.
game is gonna be like the same way. It's just how you build them. That's all.
Very much. But I'll go put it like this. The thing is, and that this is I think our fault in general. This is Drax's fault, my fault, you know, V's fault, every single person's fault when we talk about end game. Is that we keep forgetting that this is a gotcha game, not a video game. Even though it has video game in the title. Because in all honesty, what is end game? Okay, everybody has a different perspective of what end game is. Right now, you have all the content creators right now that are bigger and better than us, right? That's all praising Kuro, saying, oh, the elusive death realm, that's an end game. We got it to the end of the patch and everything. We have an end game. Like I stated is, okay, so every Monday's reset, look at the rewards you get. You're getting basically flowers and
Yep.
echoes.
Yep.
What's the point? What's the actual point for me to want to continue doing this for something that I could go every single day in the overworld and go collect anyway?
True. Yeah.
Okay. What an end game should be is that you're grinding for something special.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's just say a 5-star standard weapon, or you know, a special 4-star weapon that, you know, hey, look, did we not get the Black Shore during Black Shores, that weapon of your choice that, you know, we only got one copy of, that we can't get it to rank 5 until it comes back? Why isn't something like that not in the elusive death realms if you're going to turn this into an end game mode to where every week you got 12 chances to collect additional copies to rank up that weapon? Something unique, something that forces a player to want to continue doing this. The reason why you play an MMO like World of Warcraft is for the grind, is because you're going to sit there and you're going to grind out this boss for hours on top of hours, not for a common item. You're going to be doing this for the rare armor, the rare weapon, some kind of a rare item that internally you really, really want. Elusive Death Realms, once you complete everything and you buy everything in the shop, the rewards you get every single Monday on reset is practically useless. Because all that it's useless unless you got characters that you really need flowers for. But I'm sorry to say, did we not just get a quality of life change on Wuthering Waves in 1.3 to where you go into your inventory, click a flower, and show me where all these flowers are located out on the map so I can go collect them?
Me, all I want is tubes. Give me more tubes.
Like that would be an end game. Get
Yeah,
more tubes.
Yeah,
Get more
get more
tubes.
tubes and asteroids. That's all we need.
Like something that you would be doing this every single day. An end game is something that forces players to work together. This is the reason why, like, I argued that an end game, like, Wuthering Waves doesn't have one, and Wuthering Waves will not get one until they actually work on it and take a look at what pretty much the history of other gotchas have. Because if you take a look at Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, I'll use that as the prime example for this because Drax and I both know this game really well. That game, the company that runs it is worse than Hoyoverse. It's worse than.
Wow,
That
okay.
company is complete dog water. I hate it. I don't like it. I hate that company.
Yeah. We got that. We got that point 100 times.
Sorry.
We already know that. We already know that Nebula Joy is one of the worst companies ever done.
Mm.
But the game itself, from what it was, and even till present time, I will give it this: it has absolutely completed one thing that most gacha people who are complaining about right now. It has. We lack everything else the gacha has, but we have an end game. We lack all the other parts of leveling up characters, doing all this stuff. We are more pay to win than anything else. But we had established an end game with boss raids to where every single day players came in, and you had even the free-to-play players that would join with the whales if they can, and work with Natharic, work with me, work with Drax, work with whoever. Because the reason why is because they wanted to get a chance to get these crappy hell weapons, but for a free-to-play player, they were a godsend to them. For us, it wasn't. As pay-to-win players, it wasn't a godsend. It's better to go buy the damn weapon than to get this free 5-star weapon. These are like your standard weapons, and we got the limited edition one. But for free-to-play player, these 5-star standard weapons were actually really good, and they had a chance every single week, 12 times, just like Elusive Death Realms. Out of that 12 times to collect one random one, and they could put it on a character, and they would do that every time. They would also get free pools, free exchange tokens, different things throughout the entire process. It was an end game that forced the community, that helped us in terms of, our viewers and stuff like this to get live streams going and everything, because we would carry, a level 40 player in a level 100 world. We would be the hard carry. And it gave us the recognition that we wanted, and it gave them the rewards they wanted. We didn't care about the rewards at the end of the day for us. We cared more about the recognition, but there was rewards for us because at the end of like 3 months, we would build up our exchange tokens that we would get from it, and we would buy what we want out of the exchange store. Like, hey, I want to get, I want to get a hell weapon chest. I want to get, free pulls for another version of Endless Judgment Virgil that is still the godsend of this entire game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only mode that's been carrying the game. And you know what? That is a very good mode, the boss raids. And I really wish that other gotchas could take
that. Yeah, could have something.
Take that as well, because that's what makes the game thrive, bro. It's so
This
good.
is where, like I said, this is where my argument with
so
Saintontas. This is where my argument with Saintontas comes. This is where my argument with a lot of the gotcha community comes from. Is that you're going to argue and say that this game is absolutely perfect. This game's got an end game, got all this other stuff now and everything. When there's other gotcha games that legitimately, if you look at Soul Leveling Arise. To me, Soul Leveling Arise has the best guild-based system right now and everything else. You take a look at, Devil May Cry. We even had guilds, but I'm going to be honest with you. The guilds, to me, was kind of crappy. Because it was kind of crappy to a certain degree, because a lot of people join a guild and then they would drop off. And the guilds would give you somewhat of a perk, but it didn't last long because they didn't put no more content into it. But they gave us the end game that we wanted. If you take a look at a bunch of different gotchas, Wuthering Waves does good in certain points. Genshin does good in certain points. Devil May Cry looks good at certain points. Even JJK, Soul Leveling Rise, it don't matter. Different gotchas have different systems that if Wuthering Waves really want to be the Genshin killer, like everybody wants it to be, Curl should just be taking the best of the best from
Corrupt
even
mushroom
the
game.
shittiest, excuse my language, but
Yeah.
the crappiest gotcha game, put it into their game, which boss raid is a great idea. Network
Yep.
play is a great idea because, hey, look, what's the point of me joining your world, V, if we would be in the same region? What would be the point of me joining your world? Go collect flowers?
Yeah, you're gonna be mint pinking. You're gonna be a freaking mint picker. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy who's gonna come in your world and go steal all your resources.
Or
and then
all my
leave.
flowers.
You know what?
Go-
you know
go
what would
ahead.
be an awesome idea. You know what would be an awesome idea? Check this out. I know that Wuthering Waves map is huge. What if they added like 3 freaking world bosses on like each side of the map or something? And then if I want to beat that boss, I have to join your world in order to beat it. That would be
Yeah,
freaking
yeah,
cool
yeah.
too,
Like
man.
like a co-op.
I talked about
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I've already talked about this, and a lot of people in my chat hated this idea because it's like, well, then you're turning this into an MMO. And it's like, because to me, what I was going to say is that you have like, you know, you come into your world, and even if you don't join my world, doesn't matter. Is like you would have like an area that would pop up in red, like, you know, Monster Hunter or something, or even like an MMO, and be like, you need to come here. And when you go there, like you see how like there'll be a door, like Elusive Realms or something, and you go into it, you go into matchmaking. You go into matchmaking and you go fight this galaxy boss or whatever.
That's fine too.
That like, and then you all together go fight it and you get a reward, and it only respawns like every so many hours, to which it would force players, it would force network communication, because that is the problem that I think that, you know what, I'm going to say like this. This is the reason why I think maybe Devil May Cry's community, POC Drax, and you can disagree with me all you want on this, but I'm going to tell you, I think it might be better than Wuthering Waves community, because we were forced to work together. We were forced to make friends with the right people and everything else. We were forced
Yeah.
to
That's
actually.
only one good thing about it.
It basically, it would be the idea to where like I would join in matchmaking, then, you know, someone like Saintontas, I would pop into the lobby. We would have to actually, because even at the higher levels, in order to complete like content, you would have to be with the best of the best players to legitimately go through all this.
Yeah.
And it didn't, we couldn't fight really because we needed one another. In a simple logic of this, without network play, I don't need none of you guys. You don't need me. At that point in time, it's more like the simple case of say solution is that like treat Wuthering Waves as is a single player game. And you know what? I think that's also another reason. Hate to say it like this, but I think that's another reason why the hype of Wuthering Waves died so fast, is because what is the actual end game to all this in that sense? Like, you know, oh, I joined with my friends, what we're gonna do. That's why like the co-op event to me was kind of stupid, was because the first 6 bosses were the world bosses. The second 6 bosses was the tactical hologram bosses. Why can I not just invite my friend in my world and go fight the tactical hologram boss?
You know, that's a good idea, but you know, I thought of a better idea. I know that there is like a mode in Wuthering Waves where you gotta look for players in order to get like rewards, resources or something. What's that called?
Trophies?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why doesn't Kuro add something like that where we would search for a boss that we want to fight together as a raid boss and just get together and just defeat it? That would be cool. Instead of having it in the world, you know. That would be a good idea as well.
The thing is that Kuro, I don't think, in my personal opinion, is brave enough to actually change.
You think so?
I think it's more of a risk or reward type scenario, if you understand what I'm going to get at here. And I think that they're more afraid of risking to make these kind of changes and alienating people
Ah.
at the end of the day.
But here's the thing,
And-
like, but the thing is, they've already alienated a lot of people. Does that make sense? I think they did already. They're just
If
trying to
you-
keep the ones that doesn't feel alienated invested in the game right now. And the goal is at this point with Rinascita is trying to convince some more of those people that are interested in trying out Wuthering Waves with its new improvements, you know, just to give it a shot again. But
If you listen to the other quote unquote content creators and such, I mean, like our opinion doesn't matter at the end of the day, theirs does. And you know what? Like, I almost wondering,
Mm,
this is a speculation. I'm almost wondering, could it be more the fact that these people like, Saintontas and such is honestly like trying to shield us away from Kuro games?
I don't know, hard to say.
If you if you think
Man.
about it, because hey,
Is there
I'll
a
put it this way.
is
I'll
it
put it this way.
go
I'll
go
put it
ahead.
this way. If I had the chance to go sit down, if I had the chance to go actually like legitimately sit down with someone like with like Kuro Games, a developer or whatever, because I'm sure St. Tones and all them do. If I had the chance to go do that, I would be telling them, yo, fix your ecosystem. And these are some ideas. Take something, do something. Whereas I almost feel like, in the sense that all the other content creators and such are pretty much treating Kuro Games like, you're doing a great job. It's like they're treating it like a kid. You're doing a great job. Don't change. No, you're good, little boo boo.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
good, little boo boo.
Yeah, man. Sometimes the guy sitting behind the chair could be the wrong one. Oh,
It's
that's the
kind of
problem too,
like
bro.
it's kind of like that Atsu situation wherein Atsu is like, you know, middlemaning for the rest of the community, something like that. But I
Oh,
don't know.
man.
I mean, it's possible if they have direct communication line with Kuru Games, and Kuru Games just wants to deal with one person, one content creator, or maybe just a small, you know, group of content creators. It's possible. What those content creators' opinions are, those are the only ones that matter. And if that's the case, then this is not a game. Rinascita is not a game that is co-developed with the community, because they only took in the advice of a very small number of
Well,
players at the end of the
you're
day.
right and you're wrong about that. Because the reason why I'm going to say that is
Mm.
because the idea behind it is that these are the biggest content creators for Wuthering Waves, and they're the ones that should be the community in the eyes of a game developer, right? I don't want to talk to 100,000 people. I don't want to read 100,000 surveys. What I want is someone like this is what Arc System Works did. They went to like GN. They went not to
Excuse me.
GN. Crap. Giuna. They went to Giuna. They went to Maximilian Dude. They went to certain content creators that had a huge following, and basically said, what does your community want? And that is, to them, it's better to talk to the leaders of each of these communities than to 100,000 people.
People, yeah, true.
Yep.
Because if your ideas are exactly what people want, and you're already, if someone comes to my stream, let's say if I had 200 people in my stream and these 200 people in my stream all agreed with me, then it makes more sense for Kuro Games to talk to me versus them talking to the 200 people, because, okay, y'all all have a similar opinion. So at that point in time, what is it your community wants?
But that's the thing, though. Like, for example, okay, what if good example is the podcast that they did. I know that at least two of those content creators there had the same problem with the echoes, but Saintontas doesn't have that. If, for example, Saintontas tells Core Games, no, the echo system is okay, but there are two people in that same live stream with two content creators who feel that there's a need to change that, then how's that gonna work out? That if they only consider the point of view of Saintontas, isn't that biased in a way? Isn't that
In a way, it would be.
it will
You
be
know,
right?
guys, hold on. I have to go soon. I literally have to go in like a minute here, but I want to say this before
Okay.
I go. First things first, I had a Very good conversation with both of you. You guys are very bright. Thank you, Fox. Thank you, V.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And thanks for your community, bro. Your community is awesome as well. I'm here reading the chat. They're awesome. And I just want to say one thing. Beef and gotcha drama is stupid because we have many people like us who do have good brains, who are smart, and we need the other content creators to take our ideas to give it to the devs because I'm sure that Saintontas does have a talk with the Kuro developers, so we need to get together with this guy, and if by any possibility that does happen, we can even start working with Saintontas as well. He'll take our ideas and bring it to them. That's why I'm saying gotcha drama is stupid because as a community, we're all together in this, man.
Should be.
You know?
Yeah, true.
Like it's not fair for everybody. Like, why have all this drama? Why stir up the pot? Like, it's the stupidest thing ever. Like that's my way of putting it. Like, in my opinion, I think it's better if people can get together and just try to do the best that we can.
Yeah, true.
Like-
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine. So a little bit of drama is nice, but what I'm most uncomfortable about is, are we being put in a situation here where we are being weaponized in order to, take on other channels? For example, like number lock, threatening people and
let's say,
stuff.
like, for example,
Is that what's happening here? So, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll give an example. Like, let's say
Rex.
I'm the leader
Sorry.
of Devil May Cry Peak of Combat because I did make a huge impact in that game, right? Let's say I'm the leader. I don't want to have drama, but there is drama, unfortunately. But I don't want to have it because I want to fix the problems in the game. I want to get the community together to fix these issues, and it never happened because of drama. That's the issue. You don't want to have drama if you're a leader of the community. Don't do that. It's bad because if you want to fix something, it's not going to work.
Here's the thing. The reason why drama is absolute, okay, drama is going to always exist, no matter whether we like it or not. It will always exist, okay? But the problem that comes with drama, and I think that this is something you could both agree on, and especially in Wuthering Waves, and the reason why it's bad for Wuthering Waves is because this, from what Saintontas, what all of them are doing, is straight up making Wuthering Waves community. This makes me, this makes you, this makes Drax, this makes all of the people who like your game, who's in the chat right now.
Yeah.
This makes every one of us look like we are toxic people because we're, again, just like the wording like what happened before, we're guilty by association. So the rest of the gacha world before Wuthering Waves came in, when Wuthering Waves comes in, all the Genshin players, all the big people and everything else, they all look at Wuthering Waves and be like, oh my god, this is a toxic community, and they don't even want to bother to even watch a live stream. They don't want to watch the content. They don't want to be part of this because all it is none but in their minds is nothing but a joke.
Yep.
It's like you said before, Fox. They literally turned into like the Genshin community where it's like toxic, and we don't want that for Kuro, man. Kuro's cool, bro. I love
what
Kuro.
Saint did not like about me from screenshots sent to me is the fact that I'm okay with saying that Wuthering Waves is not. I'm good with saying Genshin is superior to Wuthering Waves right now. I'm actually okay with saying that wording. He didn't like it when I said that because a certain person that was in my channel that left and went over to today's community, that pretty much listened to him more, straight up made that statement, and he doesn't like that because we need to 100% be behind Wuthering Waves thing. If you show the other side that we're willing to admit, hey, we have flaws, we have these problems, we have those problems.
Can I just interject quickly? Because Pixel made a good point here.
Sorry, guys. I really have to go now, man.
Okay, thank you so much, Solo.
Right?
Guys, like, if you haven't subscribed to Solo, please subscribe to his channel as well. Solo Hero Drax is his channel.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, guys.
Look it up. Also, Pixel
care,
Tree is here in the chats right now, and he made a good point there. I think you are overestimating Saint's power in the direction of Kuro. This isn't their first rodeo. Look at the game progression of PGR. No one person dictated its roadmap. I would assume that it was him who dictated it. So he has, he has a lot of clout. He
No,
has a
yeah,
lot of
exactly.
influence. And also, like, let me just point out, Daniel, I love Mikey. Okay, I love Mikey.
Oh,
I'm
I love
starting
her.
to really love her content, by the way, and also watch her live streams. So yeah, go ahead, Fox.
Well, to my point is that I don't believe like Saintontas like legitimately has like 100% say in Kuro games. Okay, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying here is that when it comes to the community look, okay, and this is where like I was expressing before in a lot of my live streams is that when you're going to be a community and you got community leaders that's going to
Mhm.
take what we have and showcase it in this lighting, it does make us look bad. This is the
Paint us in a
thing
bad
about
picture. Yeah, true.
look, this is the reason why Genshin is such a bad picture. It's not because there's a lot of people I know who play Genshin that are perfectly great guys. They're perfectly great girls. They're
True.
perfectly great people.
Yeah.
But the minority vocal side of things that talks out their butt, I'll put it this way, they make the Genshin community look
Look bad.
bad.
Makes it look
Because-
desperate, Fox.
And I'll put it like this: the vocal minority acts like 1,000 people, and the more that you see this, the more that like a person who's going to maybe look at something like Wuthering Waves is like, oh, I want to try Wuthering Waves. They look at the community. They're gonna think of it like the NetherRealms community, the Mortal Kombat community. Oh my God, this is nothing but toxic. I don't want to be part of that.
Very true.
That's the thing
And then
that I've seen.
and that's the thing with content creators. Even this, like, I kind of mentioned this a while back with the VXV, the situation with VXV, for example. Like, as content creators, you have an influence. You have certain influence towards the people in your community, and the other content creators that are aligned with you. You get to influence them, and how you set the tone will dictate how the community is going to be perceived. For example, like yesterday, I was looking at the Gotcha Gaming Reddit, and there are a couple of comments there. Oh, once Saintontas sees this, expect this and that, blah blah blah. All the negative comment. He's gonna attack this report, blah 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 blah. So that has become okay. He won't be able to, but that has become like the theme now, like with regards to Wuthering Waves. And the sad thing is, if Saint Tontas is indeed like that, because I don't want to judge right away. I also watch Saints live streams as much as I do with the U Fox. Like I like both perspectives, and so I get to watch them. But what I'm really concerned about right now is what you mentioned. If that is indeed true, then okay, then we need to have a review. And Rockbell made a good point here. Maybe we should really open up the lines. I know that yours is open and you want to reach out to them. Hopefully they will reach out. But so far, like nothing is going on. So it's so hard to get both of you, for example, to be in the same room and just discuss these differences and make, a consensus, a compromise wherein, okay, we really don't need to do this anymore. Like, it's bad enough that the impression by the entire Gacha community with Wuthering Waves is really negative now, and the funny thing is we're doing okay. Look at the reports. Like, we're doing okay with revenue. If I know that the Gacha revenue reports are not that accurate, of course. Like, Kuro Games is not gonna share their actual earnings, right? That's pretty obvious. These are just estimates. But if you're gonna look at the trends, the direction, okay, this is looking good. I mean, we made 8 million in the previous month. Now, in October, we made 14 million. Okay, so that's moving up, going to Rinascita. So now is probably not the best time to further put wood into the flame, and especially like if you are encouraging the community as the main representative of that community to engage in actions that are threatening people's lives and security. I would assume that maybe that's not what exactly Saintontas wants, but then again, you have certain people in this community that if you imply something, they would actually act it out. They would actually do extreme measures. One good example is with VXV. Yeah, they talked about me in their live stream, and next thing you know, maybe it wasn't even VXV who told these viewers to go attack him. They just went on their own and started, threatening and harassing us in the live stream. There are those people in this community that will, you know, take everything too seriously to the point that they will actually harass people, you know. So yeah, it would be nice if we don't have to deal with those things. We deal with that weaponization. That's what I call it. We don't have to weaponize them, but it would also be better if we could also hear both sides of the story. Because me, like Fox, you know me, like I listen to you, and I would love to also hear Saint Thomas's point of view and see what his stand here as well. But so far, I don't think. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but I don't think that he's gonna reach out. There, I have certain reservations based on what I've seen in his live streams, and that's probably something that I should, that we can talk about later on in private. But it gives me the impression that he won't, unless, here's the thing, unless if maybe if you have the same opinion, line of thought as he does. If not, he probably will not reach out to you. That's the thing. He doesn't want to have that conflict. He doesn't want to have conflicting opinions, right? But let's look at this one, Fox. What do you think about this? 14.7 million according to Mr. Poke. And I think this is the video that St. Thomas also attacked. But he said 14.7 million in China and 9 million in, I would say, EN is English outside of China. This looks good. If we are going to actually base game success based on the Sensory Tower report, this looks good. But we're just looking at the trends anyways. But by looking at the trends, this actually looks good to me. And there you go. Like, you should have continued. You know what, Fox? You should have continued Love and Deep Space. Lads, you should have continued that game. Look at this. They're still number 2. AFK Journey went down. But then again, like, this report that was compiled by Gotcha Gaming is very incomplete. But they did a good job organizing them, though, and ranking them. So at least it's not that confusing anymore. Excuse me.
Well,
So what
the thing is, to me, it depends on the way you want to read the reports too, because
Yeah.
this the reason why gotcha revenue was never a scam. It was an educated guess, because
It is,
here
yeah,
again, Polk's information, Saints information, whatever, however they want to translate, it's all in earnest, just guesses. Because here's the thing. Kuro Games, just like Capcom, just like Konami, they're not going to tell you how much money they made this month or that month or thing. That's not your business. That is for the shareholders, for them to talk to the shareholders about. Like, that's for shareholder information. That's not
Yes.
for player information.
Very
And the thing is that, like, gotcha revenue, if you take the numbers and you take the scheme that the schematics it did, Wuthering Waves made $17.75 million last month, which, to me, again, the entire point of what it should have been in the begin with anyway.
So this game is, so like I said, like, that's why I actually stopped covering this gotcha report, because it doesn't make sense to me. But
no, it does. Hold
no,
on,
I
one
mean,
second.
it doesn't in terms of the accuracy of the numbers. And
Right.
what
What it's
I'm
for.
looking right now with the gotcha report is more on, the trends. Are we doing
Right.
well? Because I'll be honest with you, Fox, like, if we made How much was that? You mentioned like 14 million last month. Is that what you mentioned? 17.
If
Okay,
you
so this is for October, 17.250, right? Based on this
Yeah.
info. But like previous to this, like they said it was around like 9 million.
Yeah.
9 million is a huge amount of number.
Oh yeah,
It still
The
is.
thing is that what Gotcha Revenue did, what it absolutely did that was perfect, that Wuthering Waves community came in and hated this,
Mm.
was people were using it to compare Genshin's profit versus Wuthering Waves profit. We
Yes,
should have
yes.
They should have never did that. What it's for is to say, look, this is what happened in May. This is what happened in June, July,
Mhm.
August, September, with the finances behind Kuro Games of what we know only for the mobile platform. Plus, we're adding a 1.75 multiplier on top
yeah.
of all this to calculate the Chinese earnings, because there is no accurate report for this. So we at least want to do a guesstimate to include that in here. So that way, yes, the numbers to a certain degree is faked, but they're educated guessing to see where the game is going, where it's highs, where it's lows, mix that all together. So that way it'd be like, oh, okay, so why did back in June and July, well, back in July and August, why did Wuthering Waves start dropping? Well, you had the release of ZZZ, you had the release of Genshin 5.1, you had Jane Doe. These are different things that were pretty much where you could see that Kuro did not want to fight against it.
Yeah.
Kuro did its best to avoid it, because when ZZZ was announced, they advanced the update 2 weeks into 2 weeks earlier to avoid doing 1.1 against ZZZ, so that way they can maximize their earnings. All you're seeing is that Kuro has been saying, hey, look, we're gonna let the big boys do what the big boys do. We're the small guys, and as the small guys, we're gonna just, ride the curtails. We're gonna take the side road right here, and
Mhm.
we're gonna wait till we get back on the main highway. When the big boys are gone, we're gonna take the main highway, which right now there is nothing going on in ZZZ right now. The hype for Genshin 5.1's pretty much died down. So this was your perfect time for Shorekeeper, and this was your perfect time for Camellya.
Camellya. And then now Rinascita.
And then right now in December, they're going to be having Miyabi or whatever that's going to be coming into ZZZ. So it makes perfect time to do that during a rerun banner.
Yep. Very true.
And then when January 2nd comes in, now we got something that's going to end up happening, which I'm not sure when Malvik or whatever her name's going to come out.
Mavwika, yeah. Sitlali and Mavwika. 5.4.
I'm not sure when she's I'm not sure when she's coming out. I'm not sure when that update's going to happen.
Yeah.
But either Kuro is going to be avoiding it, or Kuro at that point in time is going to be confident enough to fight side by side with it and just, test the waters. And I think that 2.0 would be actually the best time to start, not caring about who else is on the highway.
It's very possible that they will coincide, because the next banner should have Mavwika and Sitlali, and ours will have Rinascita. So it's possible that both of them will run in January. So that is something that we should be monitoring. Like, how are these two, like banging at each other when it arrives. January 1 for Genshin. There you go. January 1 for Genshin 5.3, and then the next day is Rinascita 2.0.
And I don't think 5.3 has anything in it that is absolutely
No, nothing.
worrisome.
Yeah. It's more
So you
of
see-
just anticipation for Mavwika, because she is the Archon, right? For the
Yeah.
region. So that's what everybody's waiting for. So the real most of the hype would probably go to Wuthering Waves, but we'll have to see if it actually works, because I'm hoping, number one, I'm hoping that before 2.0 arrives, are gonna get a live stream from the devs. Hopefully. Same thing that they did for the Black Shorts.
We should.
We should. Yeah, we should have that for marketing purposes. So it really depends how much 5.3 is gonna ding up 2.0, right? Now, just a quick note here. Is it Daniel or Charlie who was saying that with regards to the Mr. Poke gotcha revenue report here, Wuthering Waves actually made more compared to Senless Zone Zero by at least 1 million. But
Yeah.
then again, these are also estimates, right? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
these are
Delphine.
also estimates.
Yeah, this is also
No,
an
no.
estimate as well. Yeah.
Like even then, like with ZZZ, it was like 1 million because it was like 8 million. Like we could take away the Chinese revenue, it was still like 1 million more for ZZ to make any which way, shape,
yeah,
form, the
yeah.
way you look at it. But like I'm just gonna point out is like again, the gotcha revenue is we should not have even. No one should care.
Yes.
No one should care how much money, because again, this is not accurate reporting. I mean, we're not taking into account how much the console game, how much it is with the console game and stuff like this.
But if you add those, like these numbers are gonna get inflated even more. Like for example, like with Genshin Impact, if you add the PC players, these numbers are gonna all go up. Maybe not
Oh, yeah.
Love and Deep Space because I know they're mobile.
They're mobile only.
Yeah, so definitely not gonna move up there. But Genshin,
You see,
Nikkei,
here's the thing also that people don't realize. There is people like myself that has done this, which some people don't actually buy from the application. Some people go to Kuro.games, go to the top-up center, and go buy their lunits from the top-up center because they don't want to put their money into Google nor an Apple, because that's what the Sensor Tower report is. This is what I'm going to say it like this. This is where people like Saintontas and everything is fighting over something, in my personal opinion, that is stupid. Absolutely stupid. Is the fact that what Sensor Tower is, it's a report that comes from Google and Apple that says this is how much money has been processed through us. Because I'm not sure if any of y'all play on mobile, but when you purchase money, you purchase those lunets, you purchase that subscription, that the for Wuthering Waves, you have to go through Google Store or you have to go through, Apple Store. It's just like if you buy do an internal transaction in Fortnite on Steam, you have to process it through the Steam store. You have to process it through the Sony store. Well, that's what's going to end up happening. It's just that Sensor Tower has a deal with Apple and Google that they report basically a couple of times a month their transactions, that how many people came in. So we know for a actual fact that $9 million last month between both Apple and with Google, without the Chinese data, without the Chinese, 1.75 multiplier, we can guarantee that we know 100% that $9 million was processed only on the mobile platform.
yes. And I
So
believe
at that point in time,
Go ahead.
at that point in time, we're using only the mobile section as a trend, because now let's put it this way. You saw the trend go up, you saw the trend go down, you've seen the trend come back up with Wuthering Waves. That will also affect the PC numbers.
Yes.
Because there's PC players. So all you could do in your mind is either, say, well, you know what? I think that maybe there is at least $2 million more on top of that for PC, or double it. However you
true,
want to
yeah.
put. It's just a trend.
It is. Yeah.
This is. I'm sorry, I took over there for a second. It's just that
No,
this
it's fine. It's fine. Like I
this is
agree with
actually
you.
a topic that gets. This is actually a topic that gets to me because they're still today with all the other CCs. They're like, "Oh, we won the war with gotcha revenue. No more PvP. No more none of this." And it's like, all this was an educated system. It was just a guy that pulled the data from Sensor Tower and put it on a website, so that way people didn't have to go do all this other rigmarole. It's all in one page. You didn't have to go do the searching yourself.
Well, it's definitely not something worth threatening somebody's life about. for sure. If that is the case with the recent thing that is going on. Were you able to talk to the number lock directly, Fox? I know that you were
Nope.
trying to reach out to him. Oh, okay. So
No, he does not want to be talked to after all this,
after all, yeah,
and
and that's
and
bad.
I totally understand his point.
Mm-mm.
Like, I totally understand his point. Like, it's not worth it because, excuse me, because the fact of the matter is that if your family's basically being threatened,
Mm-mm.
I mean, yeah, I completely understand that you've been doxxed and
Yes.
you're now having all these death threats. That is practically, it may be only like, let's say 5 or so people doing it, but that is 5 or so people more than you want to happen, and you
Yes.
don't know how crazy this is, because this is the problem with the Wuthering Waves community. To me, they're crazier than the Genshin community.
It's getting there, I
I-
think. I think it's getting there. Yeah.
Someone posts a video, says, "Hey, I like ZZZ better than Wuthering Waves," and they're never insulting Wuthering Waves. They're just saying like,
Oh,
"Well, this is the
man.
reason why I like it." And guess
Yeah.
what? They get trashed on. They get 7,000 views, over 3,000 comments telling him that he is the dumbest person there is in the world for no particular reason.
Yeah. Very true. It doesn't take a lot, to be honest with you, Fox. It doesn't take a lot to, like, get into people's nerves nowadays, like Wuthering Waves players. It doesn't take a whole lot to get hated on. Even if you're actually like supporting the game, you can still get hated on for some reason in this community. It's just really weird.
If
So.
I'll say it like I said, if you're not a person who is legitimately glazing everything, if you're not a person who
Yes.
is sitting there and pretty much being like, "Oh yeah, Kuro Games is the best company ever," then yeah, you get hated on. The moment you say, "Hey, I like Wuthering Waves, but I think the ecosystem's a little bit crappy,"
Yep.
you're an enemy of
You're an enemy of
Kuro
the
Games.
state now. Yeah. It doesn't take a whole lot. And that's what I kind of don't like about the culture of the community. And that's why, like, I'm thinking, like, if you have a lot of influence, you do have you can actually influence that uh community culture, right? Same thing with the workplace. That's why companies hire a culture change manager, because if the culture is toxic, you want to have that change, you want to make it more positive, for example, then you hire somebody who can make that happen. Or if it's too positive, you think that you're not getting objective criticism or constructive criticism anymore, you may want that culture change manager to make it, make it to the point that people would love to provide more criticism to the company, right? So it's the same thing here. As content creators, I feel that like, you have a lot of influence in your community. You should be very careful of how you word things, and maybe you need to represent the community in a more positive light. And I do understand, like, for example, with the gotcha gaming Reddit, a lot of people don't like their takes, especially when it comes to Wuthering Waves. But we do need to be reasonable and still maintain our respectability as a community. That's what I think. And it would be nice if certain content creators would also reach out and discuss this, because it's not a fair fight right now. And some people who play this game and doesn't want to be involved in drama is gonna get involved in the drama, because it's generalization, tribalism, right? So that's what's gonna happen. Everybody who plays Wuthering Waves is gonna be like this. We are gonna be what do you call this? Name tagged as toxic people now, simply because of the action of a few people in this community. So my advice: be careful. Do not just blindly follow what your content creator is telling you to do. If they tell you to jump off a bridge, please don't do it. Use common sense as well, right? So, and I'm not saying that he, like I said earlier, Fox, it's possible that he did not tell those people to put out or docs number lock, for example.
No,
Because
no,
it
no, no. The,
but
the
but
thing is that
you have a
here's the
way
thing.
to at least appease them. Look, we don't need to get into that. Anyways, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that he did that. Like, it's not like the proud one where he says we need to bully them.
Oh,
In
no,
the
no,
terms
yeah.
of
Well, that one too. That sounds even
in
worse.
the gotcha revenue one, I don't think he told anyone to go dox the guy and do all.
Mm-mm.
But the thing is that the way that you represented it
Yeah.
is the problem, because when you realize that a good portion of your fan base is kind of nutty,
Yes.
I'll say it like that, just
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of nutty, then you should be, instead of attacking, you should be trying to work
Appease.
to communicate and fix things.
Yeah.
Be like, look, these are fake numbers. Let me and be in Saintontas be like, look, I know these are fake numbers and everything else, but let us go ahead and try to talk to Numberlock or the people there and try to get this resolved, and at least make face in that regards.
Yeah.
Because the only
I
real
agree.
reason, and this comes from me. This don't come from you. This comes from me. The only real reason why he even made why the gotcha revenue is a scam is because of his September video and with the gotcha revenue, it made him look stupid. So because it made him look stupid, he ended up making a video against it. And it's instead of just being like, oh, I didn't know, I didn't understand this, and now I do, and move on from it. No, now we got to attack gotcha revenue. Now we
Because
got to do all this.
I know somebody from work that was like that because I made her stupid.
It's a pride.
She had an agenda against me for like 3-4 months. But then again, like I would love to see you guys really in a Discord chat, just like talk this over and see what is really going, because I'm sure like there's always two sides to the story. And while I often like align myself with you, Fox, because I watch your live streams more, I also want to get the side of Saintontas as well. What does he think about this, and how will he respond? Will he respond in a way that I kind of think he would, or will he surprise me with a different kind of response? That would be something that I'd be really interested to see, because I'm sure like there are people in my chats right now that would definitely are probably lurking on behalf of Saintontas. Me personally, I would love to see that, like just like what is going on with you, and what is your agenda, that kind of thing. So yeah, that would be nice. I mean, you've opened it up even before, Fox.
I'm not scared to talk to him.
Yeah, knowing you, like you're not gonna be avoiding any discussion with the Saintontas if they be interested in doing that. So that would be really nice. So now, with regards to your plans, you're going to Twitter, to Twitch,
Yeah.
for your next
Because
stream.
I'm going for my next streams. The thing that my plans is basically like I'm still gonna do the YouTube streams. I'm just not gonna be doing the drama on the YouTube streams, but on
And-
Twitch, I don't care about my Twitch
Yeah.
channel at all.
Yeah.
So like things like this, I'm pretty much gonna talk about it 10 times worse than what you've heard about me say it right here.
Yes.
Because
Just
I'm
be
going
very
to pull-
careful, buddy. Just be very careful. Yeah.
I don't care about being careful no more. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't care about being careful. I got clips right now from all these streams
Okay.
and I'm gonna start doing my reactions to where if someone wants me to react to like something like a Saintontas video, I'm not doing it on YouTube, but I'll do it on Twitch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because
That's all I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna make bold claims, make sure to back it up with some proof, so that covering your butt, basically, right?
because apparently in the gotcha community,
Excuse me.
they're not smart enough to go watch the original video and then watch your response video. Apparently, they're not smart enough to do that in order to get an opinion. So, okay, if that's the case, I guess I have to sit there and be like everyone else, watch a video, pause it, rewind it, and explain to people my thought process because they don't want to do it the way of like, okay, let me watch Fox's response. Now let me go watch Saintontas and let me go ahead and collect my own thoughts on what I think the situation is.
So yeah, that's good. And
Because
Charlie says nuclear reacts. Oh my god, insane. So
well, the
basically,
thing about it,
you'll have the video. You will dissect it, and respond to it.
I will do what every other content creator does,
Yeah.
and I'm going to go after this. And the
Okay.
thing about it is, and I'm not gonna lie, and here comes the thing. I'm going to keep what I've done with YouTube as it is, and if someone wants to, talk about me, that's fine. But the moment they start using my content on YouTube, particularly to go against me, I have no problems with doing what I did before. Like as of now, I have no problems.
Okay. Now, yeah, that explains why. Yeah. Okay. That's
Because
good.
if
Yes,
Twitch
good. Yeah.
on the Twitch side of things, if someone comes at me and I lose my channel on Twitch
It's
or
okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
I don't care about Twitch.
Yeah. It's okay with Twitch. Yeah. So okay, that's good. At least you're making sure to protect your interests as well while trying to address that situation. Not gonna lie, that's a super bad luck. Oh, there you go. Pixel Tree said. Okay, said look. Okay. He's saying something. But he's saying, not gonna lie, that is super bad luck. Okay. So basically what Pixel is saying is, like not a particularly good idea, I would say, if I'm correct.
No, it's probably not a particularly good idea. But the thing is that like someone in my personal opinion, and I'm gonna say it like this: I'm considered the villain in Wuthering Waves, right? Even though I don't think I am a villain, I think I am a person that is willing to talk to anyone as well.
You are a
But I am
pariah
I'll
of the
put it like
community.
this: I don't like the fact. Okay, you could disagree with me. We could disagree about everything, and I'll be perfectly fine with you. But I will never be fine with a person that is going to go out their way to go ahead and defame others and go ahead and hurt others.
Yeah.
Like, I am sorry. When instead of trying to work with the community, you're going to put out statements of like, oh, we need to bully them, we need to do this, we need to do that. If you're going to put out those kinds of statements and everything, I think you need to be held accountable.
Very
And
true.
if people hate
If it
and
is,
if people hate me for it, and if people hate me for it, let them hate me for it. But I will not sit here and watch Prodwin and watch Gotcha Revenue, two places that has been doing this long before Wuthering Waves even showed up.
Yeah.
That's been doing this. That it's basically a community of people that come together that brings out the information. To me, if you want to make a change, you do what I tried doing. You go try to talk to Numberlock. You go try to say, "Hey, look, man, I want to
Reach
have
out,
a conversation. A conversation. How are you getting this information? What is the entire process around this?"
But Fox, are you sure though that he did not went that way? Like he didn't reach out to Pridewin or to Numberlock. Would you be able to confirm
100%.
that?
100%, because he's not in their Discord channel, and they all messaged the owner of it and told the owner all about what's going on. And the owner, even though he says, "Yeah, I got some feedback on this, but I wish the guy would have talked to me first," because
okay.
because legitimately the reason why he has not changed the tier list is because he's waiting for Lumi to come out to fix the tier list, because it makes no sense to update the website twice.
Yeah. Okay. That's reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
And their Discord's public, to where if you got a problem, come
You can
talk
go
to
there.
me as the owner. Come talk to me as the owner directly, face to face.
Yeah. And with somebody who has a lot of influence like Saintontas, definitely he will get entertained by that owner. For sure. Like even you, you have like 9,000 subs. If you go there and talk to him, like I think Why don't you do that? Like talk to him and just interview him in your Discord or something. Like have a conversation with
Well, the
him.
9,000
That
subs
would
that's in there, that's all FGC related, and they're not gonna care about no
Well,
stupid
you never know.
gotcha
Like
drama.
I'll be honest with you. Like you're getting like 20, 25 concurrent viewers during your live streams. I think you're quite popular
That's because
already.
majority of those people hate me.
Yeah, sure, but still, your voice is getting heard. I think. You think so? Like they won't entertain you, Fox, if you contact the guy over at Pridewind?
Already did. I'm waiting for a response from him.
Ah, okay, that's good. So, Fami, Saintontas weaponized the community. Yeah, that's well, I won't say weaponized because I also want to hear his side of the story as well. But based on what we're picking up right now, of course, like it feels or it sounds like that's what he's doing. He's weaponizing the community against you know groups or websites or whatever that he feels needs to become a target of Wuthering Waves bad, right? And in a way, for me, that is something that I don't want to be part of as much as possible. I mean, why? What's the point? Like, you know, maybe I'm just not that passionate. Maybe that's the thing. Like, I'm not as passionate as Saint Thomas is with regards to this types of information. I don't know. Pixel is saying, oh wait. Charlie Roar is saying it would look bad. It's an ultimatum. If people can't clip your content, they can clip you out of context and defame you. But also they can take it as you trying to avoid criticism as well. Okay. Pixel 3, if you think it's fair to react to people in a negative light but use the tools of YouTube to stop them doing the same, I can't get down with that. And actively going to Twitch to stop them doing so looks bad in my opinion. That's what he thinks. Thank you guys for comments. What do you think about that, Fox?
What I think about that is I understand the point of view in that, but like the thing is that on YouTube side of things, I would rather watch the entire stream, like, and get the full context of everything first and foremost. To me, there's a difference between, hey, on videos, I'm not going to be taking a channel like Saintontas, and I'm not going to be taking his video, watching his video, doing a react to it, because I don't agree with reaction content in the majority of the terms. I really do not agree with it. I went to YouTube for this, I went to school for this. And to me, that is always been an understanding that reaction content is not fair use. It has never been.
Never been, yeah.
That's what, like, to me, if someone makes a video about me and, sits there and wants to point out different things, say, hey, look, here is from Fox Soul's latest video. This is what he states, but I disagree with it. And you make all your points, but you point to the person, you point back to me and say, look, y'all can go watch the video yourselves. This is what he's saying. I can't do nothing about that, and I completely agree. But if you're going to go ahead and do what some people do, and a lot of them are doing this, and I think they're even taking right now another person right now, and they're kind of doing this to him right now.
Yeah.
They're taking things that's completely out of context. One thing, they're taking a guy's rant that is 30 minutes long and taking the last 2 minutes of this entire 30-minute rant, and it makes him look absolutely the most horrible person there is.
Ouch. Yeah. That definitely happens.
Where if the normal person would watch the entire 30-minute clip and sit there and get the full context,
yeah,
without pausing it, without interrupting every 30 seconds and trying to explain it and let the guy make his point and then they make their point, I completely, it makes it to where to me, it paints a better picture of yourself, and it paints a better picture in general of what the situation is. So that way you could actually explain something in that regard. That's why a lot of people who do these types of content, they only take this 1 minute to 2 minute clip. They'll talk about this clip in general, and then they'll move to the next clip without actually saying, well, this clip came in the middle of the stream, this clip came at the end of the stream, this clip came in the beginning, and They're basically taking the end clip, put in the beginning. They're taking the middle clip, they're putting it at the very end, and they're taking like the first clip and putting it in the middle, and it basically rewords the entire guy's entire thing. I don't
Yeah.
agree with this type of content. To me, I'm getting more jabs at me on Twitch. I'm getting more people on Twitch talking absolute crap about me. In full context, I keep getting clips on, and it's like, oh, so, you know, some of it I actually did agree with, though. I'll be honest. Like, I did agree with some of them. It's like, yeah, okay, I do agree with that. Yeah, I am a nitpicker. You know what? I do nitpick Wuthering Waves a little bit too much.
At least
I
you
do
know.
agree with this. I do agree with this,
Yeah.
but I don't agree with using your platform, and this is why I'm even thinking about even doing it on YouTube still. Is I don't agree with using your platform as a weaponized, you know, event to try to defame someone, to hurt someone. And I don't believe, like I said, I don't believe Saint actually, you know, told anyone, oh, go dox this guy or anything. That was the
Mm-mm,
community's
mm-mm.
choice. That
Yes.
was legitimately
That's very
the
possible.
community's
Yeah.
choice. But I do think that a seed without actually, I'll put it like this. I think the seed was planted without knowing the seed was planted. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like someone who is, you know, going to attack this as hard as you are, you're going to have loyal followers. I've tried stopping Noisy, you know, from starting crap. I had to try to stop people from starting crap. That's why in my arguments, like, don't go attack them. Don't
Yeah.
go argue with them. Leave them alone. It's fine. I can deal with it. You know, because, oh man, I'm so mad. And it's like, you have those people. That is where I think that, you know, you can always agree to disagree. We could say, you know, we don't like gacha revenue, okay, because it's not doing this. But to go outright and basically
See the
call
fate.
it something it's not without actual evidence behind it, that's my problem. Because talk to Numberlock. Like before all that would happen, you talk to Numberlock. Like, look, I made a video.
Yeah,
Your
that's-
website updated. I'm confused here. Let Numberlock explain to you. You say something to the effect like, well, you know, you should have a disclaimer on all these games. And you know what? Numberlock be like, I never thought of that. That's a great idea. Let me do it. No, you call him out. You say, oh, well, this is a scam. You do all this. And now someone in your community doxes him and sends him emails threatening to basically kill his family and give him death threats over all this, to where the guy doesn't want to do it no more.
Yep.
And we had a guy who was doing, in my personal opinion, great work, because who in their right mind really wants to sit here, go buy Sensor Tower Report, and go find every single gacha and go do each one by yourself? Like, it's convoluted, it's upsetting, it's absolutely all over the place. I would, you know, what Numberlock did was pretty much put all this information, listen to the community, figured out a multiplier from the community, put it together, and now apparently this guy's a bad guy.
And he's probably doing it for free too.
He was.
There you go.
There was no ads or like that. Like, to me, a scam would imply that, you know, he's trying to scam someone out of money or something.
It was a very strong, very scathing accusation about, you know, calling him gacha revenue and Numberlock. By virtue, basically you're calling Numberlock a scammer, you know, and that's very scathing a claim. So I actually, like, maybe Numberlock could even sue for defamation. But is that
I mean, I
possible?
would.
Will it stick?
I would.
Yeah, he could even sue if he really wants to. I'm not saying that he should, but, you know, if he feels that his life was threatened, he could consult. Maybe that's what he's doing right now. Maybe he's consulting with the lawyer. You never know. Or
I would.
for protection. Yeah.
If it'd be me personally, I would. I'd be like, what is my legality? What's the legal ramifications of what I can do here?
Yeah. What are my legal options and tools?
Because straight up, this was not fair to a person who, in his rightful statements, he was doing what he could to benefit the gotcha community. Yeah, the gotcha community took it and weaponized it against one another. That wasn't his doing.
Main pub. Okay, somebody's telling me to check the main pub. You go ahead, Fox. Like, let me just check the main pub. Main pub quickly.
That's why, like I said, like if I could have a conversation with Saintontas, maybe there is something I'm missing that I'm not seeing. Maybe he did something. Maybe he had a bad conversation with a certain person. That's why all this came involved. I don't know. But the guy has avoided me every single time I've tried talking to him, and he's got me blocked on everything.
And as far as I know, he gave you the runaround when you tried to reach out the last time. So.
I mean,
Remember that? When he gave,
Yeah.
like he got his mods and to talk to you instead of actually talking to you directly. So I don't know. I don't
think
know
that
what's
might
up with
be-
that.
I'm going to say this. I think that may have been more or less, in my personal opinion, maybe a miscommunication still on that.
Yeah,
because
probably. Yeah.
You was doing the conversation. He was trying to get this going. I offered to be like, yeah, I'll talk to, if you can get the conversation going, I will talk, hands down, no issues. And it never, all of a sudden, all I know is that it seems like I ended up talking to a bot at the end of the day, and that told me, please have a nice day. And it's just like, okay,
That's
don't
it.
know about
Yeah.
that.
And that's it. That's the end of it. It's like nothing really got, discussed. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Don't want to say anything, you know. But still, like if anyone here who is, friends with the Saintontas, let these two guys talk. I would say like let both of you talk and discuss it rather than, it's better to talk about it in private first rather than go public on it right away. And because wait.
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it in public or private. In all honesty, I mean, if St. Thomas wants a referee too, I hate to say it like that, but if he wants a referee too, just for encasement purposes, he feels like this might be a bad thing. I don't mind that either. I mean, all I'm saying is that if there is something I'm misinformed about, I've watched these streams, I've watched these videos, and I've always stated, and I think you've heard me say this before, V. I agree with like majority of time, 90%.
You agree with him?
Wow.
Yeah.
I agree 90% of the time with him about certain things. I can be like, I can't really argue this. Like, this is right. All I can argue is like, it feels like it's more of a hit piece than anything. But otherwise, hey, I agree.
It's not just you. Like, because I was reading the comments over at Reddit, it seems they also have the same opinion. Like, all of his videos have become hit pieces against Hoyoverse, in particular Genshin Impact, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the way I look at like Genshin. I've always said it. Like, people like, well, you hated on Genshin. I don't think I've ever hated on Genshin. I just personally myself.
You just don't play it
Genshin.
though.
I just stated, like, look, I played it for 19 hours.
Yeah.
I looked at it,
Didn't like it.
and I just didn't like it. And do I think it's a bad game? Absolutely not. I think that if someone out there enjoys it, they enjoy it. I don't think that it's wrong for someone to enjoy Genshin Impact in any which way, shape, form. Now, if I'm mistaken, I'm supposed to hate Genshin. I would like to know.
Well,
Why?
you do know that me, even though I don't talk much about it, I have my reservations with the Hoyoverse. The only thing is, my daughter still likes Genshin, and we've put in so much resources, time, and energy into the game that we just cannot just easily let it go like that. But I think I've been very vocal about this. I don't want to, like reveal everything, but I have, you know, bad. What is the right word? I have a negative experience with the Hoyoverse in the past. There you go. Let's just put it that way.
And I know a
So
few people who's had negative experiences.
I think yeah, a lot of people have had negative experience with the Hoyoverse in the past. Me, I'm actually one of them. But like I said, like I'm not gonna use my platform to constantly make, you know, negative pieces about them. You know, but then again, what does it say here? Who was that? Who said these guys have like, oh, there, Arthur, your efforts will be in vain. This dude, referring to Saint, has an agenda. Full stop. So, like I said, like just be very careful how you're gonna do this. Me personally, like I am not in the position to you know, like to tell you what you need to do. Think it over. You know, uh, maybe you're just
Well, you see,
being. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
well, see, that's why like
Oh,
I haven't
there.
done.
Wait. There's another one. Mr. Poke should be the referee. Hail, hail Mr. Poke. Hail Dawei. That's Charlie Roar. That's funny.
Uh,
Okay, go ahead, Fox. Sorry about that interjection.
Look, that's why I haven't done anything yet. Is because legitimately, at the same point in time, it's more the fact that right now maybe I'm being a little bit too emotional
At the moment, yeah.
because I don't like the fact that look, I've dealt with this, and I'll explain this. I haven't. The
But-
reason why this bothers me, I'll explain why. Is
Okay.
because I've had a good friend back in the day that pretty much did get, defamed for doing nothing wrong. Like,
Mm.
he had pretty much, been. How can I put this? Because I'm trying to word this correctly without actually, saying exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But pretty much the person that I'm talking about had pretty much he got defamed in a way to make him look like he was a predator, I guess you want to say, when he never did.
Yeah.
And pretty much ended his own life because of the defamation. Because his life
shame.
in regard, because there was, even though he didn't do nothing,
Yeah.
there
But
was
the shame
no
of it.
actual proof. The shame
Yeah.
of it, yeah, you can say of it. There's no proof. There's no nothing. I believe 100% that he didn't do anything wrong because honestly, the person who did it to him that kept up these statements and everything else like this kept harassing it to where people started actually believing it. And the more he tried to ignore it, the more it kept up. And then kind of like in a sense with like, number lock is like they stopped doing what they normally would do
Yeah. What they enjoy
in
doing.
terms what they enjoy doing. And in terms for my friend, he decided to kill himself because there was no other way around it. And I feel like this is just as bad. Some people say, well, it's not as bad as that. And I'm going to say, no, I feel it's just as bad because the moment you defame someone without actual proof, and you, even if you don't mean it in this regards, because, hey, the person who accused him of all this, like, oh, well, I didn't mean for him to go ahead and do all that because I just thought it'd be a funny joke. That funny joke moved with him for the
views.
rest of it.
Yeah.
Move with him for the rest of his life.
Yep. Just to get your view numbers, somebody else's life is gonna be ruined, and that's a terrible thing, if ever. I want to point, Fox. I want to say this one here from Pixel. Yeah, but sorry to go back. Fair use. It does cover React content. It has to hit a threshold in regards to being transformative. That's the keyword. Transformative use of other people's content, adding critique, editing, etc. So just like we're concerned. My concern is this: knowing you, sometimes like like when you get riled up, you can you get to rant, and just be careful on how you word. If you're gonna actually do it, just be careful. Just a friendly advice. Just be careful how you're gonna word it, because what you're gonna do can also be used against you. They could also do hit pieces against you as well, and they don't even need to do it on your Twitch channel. they could simply go to your on YouTube. They could still do it on YouTube, right? So just be very careful. Think it over, and if you really want to do it, you know, more power. What is the right word? Do it carefully. You know, like that's all I have to say. Because we're, for a monthly bag, and it's gonna be very happy. Okay, yeah.
But
Tectone is on a similar situation right now, says Charlie. Yeah. Okay, go ahead, the Fox. Sorry about that.
Like I said, I haven't done anything yet. Like the thing
Yeah.
is that I'm not gonna fall into that. But I disagree. I'll agree to disagree on that one. I hate to say it that way with the transformative, because the thing is that like when it comes to it, YouTube always requests us, and we're working with them and everything. They always request that you legitimately have to speak with the original content owner if they can use it, because the problem that comes into the transformative, basically, I'll put it like this, and I'll use myself as a scenario in this. The problem that comes in with the transformative content that you create from doing reactions and everything, what if, and this is the problem, like YouTube Express in a sense, what if the content that the person's using, they paid for it in some way, shape, form? Like, let's say my avatar, my PNG tuber, that is a product that is licensed only to me. It is paid by me. That is a paid product. At that point in time, that cannot be transformative, because the person who's doing the reaction to this, that is a license that they need to acquire as well. That is where YouTube has always said that reaction content is a 50-50 medium. That's why, like, some things you might not, the person who's creating content, they might not own everything in that content. So at that point in time, to them, yeah, fair use would be like, okay, Bandai, if you react to the new Bleach Souls trailer and stuff like this.
Yeah.
That right there, Bandai owns everything in there, and if Bandai allows you, and they don't want to copyright anybody because of that reason, to do reaction, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But let's say if in my video I have music that is licensed to me from an artist, I have different artwork that I'm using that is from an artist that I am paying licenses for in this regards.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now you got multiple parties that's all involved, and that becomes a problem. That is where, like, in all honesty, that's why there's certain things that does not evolve around it. Like I stated this before, I used to be a channel strategic partner manager for Google, working for an MCN under zoomin.tv/quarterlap, and we had to go to school for this. And that's where, like, some of the channels that we had under the multi-channel network that were reaction-based channels, we had to be careful of who we pulled into those multi-channel networks, because it matters whether you put them under a managed CMS or you put them under the affiliate CMS. And that's why Freedom.tv pretty much lost its MCN, was because of that type of content. They lost their entire MCN. They had to unpartner every single channel under that network because, yeah, there is fair use doctrines that is out there, but when it comes to the transformative use to them, you got to make sure what the party is involved in all of this. Like I said, that is where certain things come into things. That's why I don't agree and I don't like doing reaction channels, because, again, let's say I take a video of so content creator, they have an avatar that they paid $4,000 for, they're a VTuber. That artist only licensed for commercial use the property of that avatar to that certain content creator. Then at that point in time, I not only would have to deal with talking to the content creator, I would have to deal with talking to the person who made the VTuber. Hey, yeah, I want to transform this. I want to do this. Can I do this? Just go ahead and taking it and just talking about it, doing it over. It court of laws and everything. That is where like YouTube does not like this kind of crap because they're
Yep.
not legal body. That's why like when you copyright strike someone or something like this ends up happening, YouTube will side pretty much, hey, yeah, this is your content. You don't want
Yep.
it. Okay. And then you go ahead, you fight the claim. YouTube will tell you, okay, you want to fight the claim? Go take them to court. Whoever wins, then come back to us.
Yeah. They
We're
really
not
don't
getting
care.
involved.
I'll be honest with you. Like they don't really care about that.
That was the rule of thumb with YouTube in that regards with us with channels. They always told us to put the reaction channels under the affiliate section, never under the managed section,
Mm-mm.
because managed section, if you get 10 copyright strikes from different channels under the managed section, you lose your CMS. You will lose it. There is no getting it back. Because YouTube does not want to deal with the COPA Act. They don't want to deal with the DCMA Act because, again, here comes the problem. The laws for digital right media has not been fully determined.
Yes, I agree.
And it still won't be determined. That's why, like I said, like my avatar right now, I got an artist right now because there is some people who's taking my avatar and did everything. That's not my work. That's not my work. That is from my artist. And my artist is pissed because they are basically defaming his art
work.
style. That's not AI. I paid for that
What's up-
PNG tuber quite a bit of money.
What somebody
And I was-
actually thought that was AI generated?
Apparently so. And I'll put it this way: the reason why I have not been able to use that PNG tuber right now is because my artist has pulled the commercial license for me right now off of it.
Oh,
Because-
so that's why. Okay.
So I have not used it until pretty much he cools down and we can have a conversation about it. But that is in regards to that entire work. And because to him, what I should be doing in order to protect that is he licensed it to me. He has no claim. He could do it. I think he could do it, but he doesn't want to do it. But he doesn't want his artwork on these other channels. So we've been having a fight about me copyright striking these channels that has used the artwork in the regards to defame. Not for the purpose of defaming me, but in the purpose that he does not want his artwork on any of these other channels.
Yeah. Yep. Understandable. Yeah, they're using his his content
Because he has a
to
unique
promote
style.
their agenda. Yeah.
He has a unique style and he does not want to be associated with the drama.
Yeah.
He doesn't want someone to be like, hey, I saw your art on this guy's channel. Why you do art for this guy and everything?
Yeah. Understandable.
That's why, like I stated, is that when it comes to the fair use doctrines, when it comes to transformative use and everything else, there's different other sets that is not being present in the background that people don't realize. It's not as simple as just go take someone else's content and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to react to it. You have to understand how more things or less are working. I thought my artist, because I paid like I'll be honest, I paid $300 for a license. The artwork only cost me $75. It was the license for $300 for me to license it, and now he pulled the license, which he has
Ouch, yeah.
every right to do.
To do.
He has pulled that license. Now we're at the point to where I gotta see what he tells me. That's another reason why I haven't done video content as well on my channel, is because, okay, well, I won't be able to use a PNG tuber if my artist does not like it. Okay, now we got a problem here. So it's gotta be situated in a way that works for all parties. And that's where YouTube just says this is too dirty for them. It's way too dirty, and they don't like touching it. That's why it's like, go to court of law. Don't involve us.
Yeah. That's YouTube doesn't want to take any accountability with the third party claims, copyright claims and stuff, and that's understandable. So definitely something that is, and it's good that you have an idea. So yeah, it's more good luck. Basically, if you're gonna push through with this, good luck, Fox. And like we're just really concerned about what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do
I
it.
don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know
So
what I'm gonna do yet. All I know is that I may end up doing video content and just doing responses in a sense, but
mm,
like this thing with Prodwin, this thing with the gotcha revenue is not cool. It is not
mm-mm.
cool.
Yeah, understandable. Like you could start it off with agreeing with him on the points, because that will retain agreeing on points that you agree with them, and before you criticize him. I think that's a good way of doing it. Criticize him at the end, but do not make it all about just the criticism part, and be careful with how you word it. That's my advice. Whether you take that advice or not, it's up to you. Of course, we're just very concerned on what ramification is gonna happen, because we don't know Saintontas enough to make a you know to assume what he can do, right? So as I said, it's up to you to be fine. You are on an adult. I would never try to tell you what to do in regards to your content. You got to do what you feel is right at the end of the day. That's what Pixel also said here. There. So yeah, just be careful, Fox. And yeah, good luck on whatever you decide on. So
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, it's again a situation. Like I said, like I want to fight this because
mm-mm.
it's just I don't feel like anyone is doing that. I think there
Well,
is a lot of
yeah.
that, and that's the problem. The problem is that maybe I'm just a person that just really, I don't know.
No,
I just
you
don't
you
feel
have
right
every
by
right
that.
to feel that way, because even I, like, when I first heard it, okay, there's really something wrong here. So it's justifiable. Nobody is taking action right now because I guess everybody considers Saint as the poster boy for the community. That's the thing. And nobody wants to touch that. Nobody wants to, get on his negative side. And you're the only one who is brave enough or intrepid enough to do that. Me personally, I won't. I'm a small channel. I don't have enough influence, in order to, like, match match up with them. But maybe,
Look,
yeah, but you do, to be honest. And there's already precedent between you and Saint. So there's history already there. The only thing is, like, for me, just be careful on how your strategy on this, how you're gonna do it, how you're gonna word it, because we don't know exactly what he can do. And as Pixel is saying, he seems to have a lot of influence. Eh, and I'm sure, like, he didn't mean people to dox number lock, but I do agree that in some ways he does have influence on appeasing people, keeping everybody calm. And at the end of the day, it would be best if you and him can actually talk one of these days. That's my stand on the whole matter.
yeah.
I'm kind of, you know, I'm
No,
not
I
on the
completely
fence.
agree.
I know enough to support, for example, like you, to some degree, and support him to some degree as well. Uh, so it really, you have to think this over, and you have to be very careful on how you're gonna attempt this. That's the only thing. Oh, I will say Saint reveals in Gacha PvP, revels in Gacha PvP. What is player versus player. What is gacha PvP? Anyways, I keep hearing that.
It's the idea of pinning gotcha games against gotcha games.
Oh,
It's just calling it PvP when it's player versus player.
yeah,
So
yeah,
we're taking the idea that the gotcha game itself is a player.
player. Yeah,
So Genshin is a player, Wuthering Waves is a player. So we're PvPing.
yeah. So it seems that he is, if ever, like Saint revels in gacha PvP. So it's one of the things probably that made him very popular is because he enjoys it. Daniel V Foxhole, I think it's good for Kuro to add non-binary options in MUA. What do you mean? I think that Kuro should expand their horizon as well and listen to other content creators as well, not just a few. But then again, I think they have a content creator program, and they selected only a couple of people into that program. So who are we? We're nobody to Kuro Games, I guess. So
It is what it is.
yeah, it is what
But-
it is.
I have to leave, which I don't want to leave, but I have to leave. I just realized
Okay.
because even though I'm working from home today, I gotta attend a meeting this morning.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. You better go. You better go. And I will
So,
also
I'll
gonna end this live stream myself.
So I'll chat with you later.
Okay. You take care. Thank you so much, Fox. Like I said, like
No problem.
just think it over, and if you're gonna
I
do it,
will.
be careful how you're gonna attempt it. And on that note, that's the live stream for tonight. It's already late. Oh yeah, it's kind of late. So I will end this live stream, and yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that conversation with Foxo and with Solo Drax. Hopefully we can find a peaceful resolution to all of this. Although I know some people would enjoy a little bit of drama, of course. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep a close watch on what is gonna happen in the future. Okay. On that note, thank you to everybody who's here. Let me see. Fami, Daniel, Demon, Wings of Shoe, Charlie, Author, Pixels here, Chornax. Who else? Dark was here earlier, I believe. Noisy was here. Fami, there. So we got a couple of people who was here in the chat, so watching and listening in to what is going on, the conversation between all three of us. And yeah, I think that was very informative. Of course, like like I know a lot of the people here in the chats. They also like me. I watch Foxo. I watch Saintontas. I want to have two perspectives. And some of the people here, sometimes I would see some of the people here in Saintontas live stream as well. My only thing is, I cannot ascertain because I haven't seen all of the videos. So I look forward to seeing them, and let's not judge anything yet at the moment. Like until we actually get into the bottom of this. And like if for example, I'm not saying that Saint is provoking his people and all that, but if ever any content creator tells you to attack, weaponize yourself and attack, please use common sense. We are content creators. We may have a little bit of influence in game, but do not follow everything that we say. Because I think that's a bad idea personally. Like unless if people will not follow the precedent, then who are we? For everybody to every word that we say you're gonna follow. Have some common sense and try not to provoke others as well to the point of threatening their livelihood, threatening their families. I'm not saying this is directed at a specific content creator. I'm just saying that if ever, let's use whatever influence that we have in order to find a mature and peaceful resolution to any issues that we have. But then again, sometimes maybe I'm naive because like what Pixel said, certain content creators revel in gacha PvP and all that crap. So let's all be careful, stay safe, and on that note, I want to say thank you so much. Maraming salamat po in our language, Filipino language. I'll see you on the next one. Farewell, bye-bye, and bye-bye. Yeah, there you go. Bye-bye.